What's up, fam, out here, Best Ball family? We are coming at you a little bit late, but we had a few technical difficulties. But thanks for hanging in there. Appreciate you all for joining us because we are excited about this show right here. Yes, I got our first guest on GAB Sports. It's a guy who I've admired, out in this community and been tuning into his shows. And we did a collaboration a couple of weeks ago. And so now he's coming onto we're going to go ahead and do a show with Nice and Blunt. As we're going to turn our attention to these best ball streets. As you know, it's getting hot and heavy out here in these streets, and so we're going to go ahead and be joined here by our guy, Nice and Blunt. So go ahead and give him a nice, warm welcome here. And so, Adam, we're going to bring you on into the stage here.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great, man. Yeah, we are doing fabulous. And so one of the things I guess we had talked about earlier when we mentioned that you would come on is that I want to go ahead and get some of your, biggest takeaways on what you've gotten out of this experience so far during this draft cycle here.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to be here. Just wanted to let people know we got the cat in the frame here. She's ready for you.
Leah in the building.
At the moment, she's being okay. She might start yapping. If she poses a problem, we might have to ask her to move. But at the moment, she's chilling. So excited for everything.
Yeah.
And back to your question. Thanks for having me on, by the way. Biggest takeaway, I think, is if it's the most obvious thing is how many running backs go off in the first like 2-3 rounds, and it's quite crazy, and you have to keep that in mind very much so in how you approach the full draft. Are you going to commit early and try to make up ground elsewhere, or are you going to maybe punt the position? That's an important decision you have to make. And then the other decision I think is very, very important. I personally don't like to not have 2 quarterbacks by the 10th round. I think if I wait on quarterback, rounds 9 and 10 are, in my opinion, kind of last calls for the position. It kind of depends on where you are on the board, what you can afford to push.
Right.
But I think the biggest takeaway so far, I've needed to take early quarterback, at least 2 in the first 10 rounds, to feel like I'm in better pole position to win the lobby. Ultimately, you have to finish top 3 in the lobby first and foremost before you can have any chance at making money. So that, I think, is the 2 biggest like mental takeaways that I try to remember every time. I can't fall behind at running back. Got to take 1 early on to feel safe. And then I also need to take at least 1 or 2 quarterbacks by round 10. And usually if it's 1, let it be like Lamar, Josh Allen, or like Jaden Daniels. Give me an elite guy, and I still feel like I need some good depth. So those would be the 2 biggest takeaways: quarterback and running back prices, for sure.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's definitely something to be mindful of. Almost every draft, you got to be looking at how many quarterbacks are going and what does the running back pool look like. And so I think probably my biggest takeaway is that year over year, I can see how the community is just much sharper right now. And I don't know if it's just based upon just this being the pre-draft contest. All the sickos are kind of out in full force, the guys who have been playing playoff best ball and all that kind of stuff. And so I think maybe there's just a lot more sharks in the pool right now. And I'm not certain if this is going to continue in the post-draft, whether we get a lot more, I'm sure we will, but it seems like that's my biggest takeaway. That is, year over year, you can see with all the proliferation of all the content creators out here and things like that, and all the information that's being put out there, the community and the lobbies are a lot sharper this year as opposed in past years. That's my kind of one of my biggest takeaways. It's no easy pickings out here, right?
That's a valid point, man. I think the more you talk about it, the more I think about it. I think you're spot on, where like the percentage of who has set this ADP is so much more weighted in the sharp minds in the fantasy space. Like it's going to definitely be watered down to a certain degree, I think, come the summer, come like the BBM launch. But for the sickos like you and I, and everyone that's paying as close of an attention as you can, I do think that is definitely shaping some of the price tags for the most part. It does feel, especially since free agency, wide receiver I think has gotten extremely sharp. And once you hit like Omar Cooper Jr., like that range, it's like even that is a gamble. He's a rookie, you don't know for sure, but it feels kind of gross, kind of thin, pretty fast. And that wasn't the case just a month ago.
Right. Yeah, and so Nice and Blunt is joining us here at GAB Sports. Go ahead and check out the description below. I put his link to his channel in there, and so if you're not subscribed to link Nice and Blunt, go ahead and follow that link. Sign up to your boy's channel, Nice and Blunt, and also like the video as you come on in. Go ahead and give us that support that we need in this community to keep going. And I'm a guy who just supports everybody, right? I want to see everybody win, right? And so I'm just appreciative of this community. So I go to all the channels. I support everybody, even if I just come in and just drop a like, but it's really appreciated and needed, for this community to continue to grow. So I'm just going to continue to push all you guys out here in this community to go ahead and continue to give us that support. And, you're going to benefit in the long run because, people are sharing the knowledge, you guys are interacting and we're having a good time. Everybody's growing, together. And, it could be a beautiful thing in the end to see just everybody out here winning, And so at this moment, we're going to go ahead and take a time because he is Nice and Blunt. So you can go ahead and do your thing for a minute as I put on this quick little intro video. All right.
Sounds
we'll
good.
Be back in about 30 seconds.
Let's see how I start this shift. We in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth years, golden best ballin' for life. It's moolah on a mission. Tommy hot takes analysis, so point delivery with precision. Setting moves to this game, invoking martial law. Going all out, we won't stop. Win, lose, or draw.
Love the intro, man, and
all right.
I love the subtle quick cut of the mushroom cloud, the big explosion. I don't think I've noticed that before, but I love that. And just to piggyback on your other point before, much appreciated for the love, and I agree. Good to support everyone. We're all nice people, and like we all share this in common. Like not too many people are on YouTube doing this thing, and we're all kind of in the same boat, so to speak. And a rising tide does lift all boats. So appreciate you supporting me, supporting everyone else, and just want to return the favor and keep the good vibes rolling.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and catch up with chat real quick just to give everybody a little shout out. So we got our guy,
what's up,
Gerard DM 2622 saying what's up. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate your support. And we got our guy Jamie Parag in here. Let's get Layla making a guest appearance. Yes, she did. Leah made a guest appearance.
Yeah.
And so our guy Jamie Parag, he's out doing his thing too. Hopefully he's going to join this draft with us. We got our guy Bukowski. The boys are back. Oh, yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, we this is the West Side Connection hooking up. We on the West Coast here, me and Blunt. So it's the new West Side Connection hooking up.
Gotta represent.
Guys. Our guy Scott Jung. Yeah, appreciate you coming through, my man. Hit the like button. Yes, follow, please.
Smash
and our
that
guy,
like.
Jerry Football, young Jerry, man. This guy is one of the risers out here, man. For a young guy, I want to just say, Jerry, you are a wise young guy, man. Wisdom comes in all shapes, sizes, and ages. And for a young guy, man, this is a young, wise dude here, man. I appreciate you, and I'm supporting you, and we all trying to win, man.
Jerry has great vibes. Good sharp drafter, and yeah, I would agree. Wise for his years, and I'll be live with him tomorrow as well. So,
okay, yeah, I'll definitely check that out. And we definitely would check that out. And so you want to go ahead and jump into a draft, and like I said, as a guest in my house, you're gonna come in with carte blanche, man. So just do what you like. Even if you take dudes that I got on my fade list, I'm not even the first draft. Have at it, and I just want a different build, and you got some equity in this, so I know you're gonna do it right. So you're gonna have carte blanche, man. So let's go ahead and just get this draft going.
Appreciate the confidence. I got to deliver now. I can't let you down. What up, Hartman?
Oh yeah. What's up, Hartman? All right, so I normally have to enter on my phone almost all the time. It always gives me. I don't even like getting the headache of having to get
It is
rejected by
frustrating.
so I just go ahead and sign up on my phone. Let me go ahead and do that.
While
And
you're doing that, I'll take my first hit of the
yeah,
spin.
go right ahead, man. Do your thing.
We're locked in now. We're locked in now.
All right. Let me go ahead and like somebody else's video real quick because it seems like we got a dual stream going on.
Yeah, it's a bummer. We only got 24 hours in the day, and
Yeah.
people got work, and it all kind of gets condensed sometimes in overlapping stuff. But it is what it is. We all got to get in when we can, and there's plenty of really really good voices all throughout the fantasy community. At this year feels even like it's building much faster and much quicker than it has in the past. Like maybe I just haven't been as tapped in the past, but there's something about the energy of this year and everyone in fantasy so far that's like I said, a rising tide, lifting all boats.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give a quick countdown for anybody who wants to join in. Just please go ahead and do that. And so we will count down from 10, getting to a big board over here on Underdog. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're entering big board right now. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, wow, we just got in as the first person. So it's plenty of seats left. That's a great thing. So, we might got an adjacent draft or something. So
Only
good.
bummer about that, whether you're the last person in or the first person in, it's possible that somebody might have clicked the button right before you. That was
yeah, no, sorry if that happened.
The only caveat, but it just is what it is. There's just rooms, and sometimes you get in right on that cutoff point.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So apologies to anybody who got in an adjacent draft, and we're gonna do a second one too, though. So, you got time for a second, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and do a second for anybody out there if you don't have to get into this one. But if you guys get into this one, there's plenty of seats left. This is where we're sitting at right now. It's 4 out of 12 field. Yeah, so one of the things I was saying is that since I'm out here supporting everybody, one thing I'm also doing is I'm very observant. And I noticed that listening to your channel too, you seem like a very keen observer of just things around you and of how the landscape is. Mm-hmm. And what I always try to be mindful of is that once I see a little bit of group think settling in, I want to make sure that I'm kind of like checking my portfolio and seeing, okay, everybody's going this way. So one of the things that I always preach and kind of have to keep drilling myself on is that I'm in these large field contests. And so the goal is to get toward the top of these large field contests. So the one thing I've learned over the years, the more that everybody is starting to kind of have the same thoughts, the same things in common, the same kind of takes and everything, it's not a good thing to keep agreeing with everything, right? So, I mean, I have no problem having different takes and people having different takes than I do, or we just don't see eye to eye on certain players. It's not even an issue. It's just that I'm looking for any edge to maybe, to get to the top. So I'm trying to circumvent the avenues that everybody's trying to take. So that's kind of how I operate, is that, I'm going against the grain. that's
You got to have certain takes that are different from the field. The only way for you to be in that upper percentile echelon is for you to have some unique aspect. And whether that's just a bunch of ADP falling value that, nobody else is going to replicate at that price, and it's just the correct player, or just scooping up the players that we're sleeping on. Every single round is going to have a gem and a landmine. Right. And we might be so convinced pushing up a certain landmine up the board, up further and further, as if you can be avoiding those pitfalls, you are putting yourself in advantage. And that forces you to take some bolder stances where, like, no, I think everybody's wrong about this. And maybe they think I'm crazy. Maybe I'm Maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe I'm really just not seeing something. But if I'm not bold enough to risk being wrong, then I'm never going to be right in a way that pays off at a major way. But for the sake of my anxiety, Young Moolah, can we pull up the active tab and see how many spots are left in the like,
yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I just checked. I just checked, and it was still about. There's 2 more to go, so we good.
Okay,
got 2 more to go. I know. 'Cause I was streaming yesterday, in fact, and next thing you know, I got auto pick because I was like answering a question in chat and just talking, and the next thing you know, but I was in the 2 spot, so it didn't hurt me, right? Because I was only getting one of the 2 running backs. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes we can get engrossed in our thoughts and our conversation, and then the next thing you know, hey, I'm in the draft.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
I was in the draft.
In round 1, it's never a problem, but for the
the deeper you get into it,
yeah, peace of mind.
Have you ever had a draft that just auto drafted the whole draft because maybe you forgot about it or didn't know you was in it or something?
I think I'm too much of at least especially in the past when I've been a lot more financially unstable. If I'm gonna put my money on the line, I'm gonna be focused. Maybe there's 1 or 2 where like perhaps I'm like 2 rounds in and like, oh shit, yeah, I'm looking at my phone now. I am on the clock, but in general, if I'm hopping in, I'm intended to stick around.
We got the number 2. Yeah.
You spoke it into existence, my man.
Yeah, spoke it into existence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because what spots have you been getting lately? You've been getting a lot of the top end spots lately.
For the most part, this season, I've gotten late round picks. I'm super up on pick 8. I don't have pick 12 very often. I'm actually really happy about that. Pick 12 is my lowest drafted spot. And then I'm a little bit underweight in totality on the top 4. Like pick 4, I'm also pretty underweight on. But thankfully, the luck is changing a little bit lately, and I have been getting a few of those first three picks that I'm really coveting. I had a draft earlier today where I was at 11 on the first one, and then on the live stream we pulled up the 2 spot in literally the last draft I did. So it's 555 on the clock right now. Great vibes. And
so looks like not recognizing anybody quite yet. And this Chris Spags is in here. Maybe he's streaming too. I don't know.
Looks like we got
him, right? Chris Spags.
In the chat, looks like T Fall SP Dogs.
T Fall SP Dogs is in the chat. You're going Gibbs, right?
Yeah, let's go Gibbs.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so routine start.
Yeah.
So is there any kind of exposures that you want to reveal here as far as
in round 1? It's a valid question. What sucks is I have my underdog exposures pulled up on a separate tab, and like it just shows you the highest percent. You can't sort by round. I wish you could just sort by like show me it, as it goes. And that's where I think I probably will end up getting like the overlay at some point in time, because that's the best way to see it. But like in round 1, in terms of Bijan versus Gibbs, I think I have more Gibbs just because I've gotten a bit more lucky with it. Yeah, I'm over 10% Gibbs now. I think I'm at 5 Bijan just because of luck. And then I have a lot more Jamar compared to Puka. I've been starting to fade Puka at least straight up, and that's interesting. I don't have very much CD Lamb, in all honesty. I kind of wish he went after Jefferson, to be honest.
So are you a little concerned about Puka's situation? Is that why you're starting to kind of bypass him?
Just a little bit. I also didn't like the AJ Brown trade rumors to the Rams specifically, where I was like, if Howie Roseman's going to make that deal, Puka's going to probably be in those talks. And like the headaches of, the national narrative with him, like I could see a world where like the Rams say F them picks, in the like, so to move off of Puka for something they view as equally valuable, I trust their judgment, and I don't think it's like impossible, but like I just think Jamar Chase is better. So like that's the only reason why. It's like he's my number 2. Jamar's my number 1. But I'm a little shy on Taylor just because I kind of mix it up a little bit more in the middle. I got a lot of Amon-Ra, got a lot of James Cook, a lot of Hampton, a little bit of a fade on Genty. Not gonna lie, I'm just a divisional hater, but like I don't trust their O-line, and I just I believe in Hampton more. I know he wasn't drafted above him, but like the O line for the Chargers, I think will be better, and just the overall scheme. I like Kubiak.
Okay.
I don't want to have zero Genti, but I haven't drafted a shit ton of Genti. And then I love Neighbors in the second, fading Saquon a little bit, starting to take Jefferson a lot more. I should probably not get as different around pick 5 and 6 and just take JSN when I can, because I think I've ignored him for a little while. And the contract he got just reminded me, like, they moved off of Walker. They don't have sharps. They pay him like crazy. They're going to throw the ball probably a lot more next season.
Yeah, I think Puka is one of those guys that, even with some uncertainty right now, but I think he's eventually still their guy.
Yeah.
And he can't just like fade him or nothing, right? Because I'm underweight because I'm not getting that 3rd and 4th spot. Oh, here we come up on the clock here. What you want to do here? Here, let me put by ADP.
The pictures of us are actually blocking some of the words. But I'd be okay with Bowers. I'd rather go Bowers, I think.
Bowers here? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me adjust the screen if it's getting stuff cut off.
I think
here.
if you zoom out or something, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep, I see.
And then if we get Nico Collins, I'm fine with that. But take Travis Etienne. Take Travis Etienne.
Etienne right here?
Yeah, Etienne.
I think he got picked.
Oh, he did? Okay, then go. We're fine with Nico Collins. We're fine with Nico Collins.
Okay, I think we might have got him. Let's see, because we got Otto.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let me adjust the screen here since we're getting a little bit of interference here. I'll put us at the top.
That works. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, we roll at the top now.
Sweet.
Okay. So we got what, a 1-0-1-1 start. Yeah, I like that. You know where I like to go on this one, right?
I imagine
a stud in every position. Since we halfway, 3/4 of the way there.
I haven't hit the rainbow strategy too often, but like especially where I like to go in the 4th, 5th round,
right?
Wouldn't shock me if I did do it.
Yeah, I think it'll be 4th or 5th. It wouldn't be looking too bad with a certain player or two there that might fall, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Being on these ends, you got to kind of just play the board how it falls to you, right? And a lot of times you might get a faller, but sometimes you got to pull your guy. I found myself pulling guys up a little more on the ends than when I'm in the middle. How about you?
Definitely, I think one of those picks you have to disregard ADP entirely, and it's like, this is just who I want. This is just who's the best guy. But especially on the first one, I think you kind of gotta read the room. Like, I'm always huge on on the short turn, what is the weakness of those teams? Where are they most likely to address that weak spot and maybe see a run at a given position? And if that's the case, I want to get ahead of that. And sometimes I do it a little too often. Like occasionally I do regret it, but in general, I'm always happy that I did it, because most of the time you get the player you want most, and then you also get the best value, usually coming back at a different position. That's oftentimes how it does go. So it's not like I bat 1,000 with that plan, but in general, I'm much more happy. And so with pick 2, I think you just always have to pay attention to pick 1. You can kind of disregard the rest of the room a little bit and just kind of almost draft ahead of this one. Dr. Stanky Leg.
What are you doing?
He's got a Chase Brown and George Pickens. So
okay.
Tight end, we will probably gift him a good value at some point, but maybe not. Maybe I'll get a little spiteful at some point in time.
Yeah, let's see what everybody's looking like. So we got, are they going running back here? Nobody went 2. Oh yeah, 2 people went 2 running backs in the first 2 picks. Well, 3 people did.
I'm guessing this team goes Javonte. but maybe not.
Maybe we got a 0 RB in the middle there.
Yep.
Lavery J.
Not
Okay,
bad.
so
Don't hate it. Just going to be interesting how they land it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that combination that they got too.
Oh wow, Rashi at 43. That's more appropriate, if you ask me.
Yeah, I saw you took him earlier, and you seemed like you had a little bit of a buyer's remorse at some point when you did that.
You know, for the sake of exposure, let's not be at 0%. But does it feel good? No, not at all.
Okay, who are we looking at here? We on the clock now? Here's the ADP. Look, I'm gonna go receiver.
I'll take Loveland. No, give me no. I'm not taking Loveland. Give me Waddle. Give me Waddle.
Waddle. All right. Got Waddle.
I almost forgot we have Bowers.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the bully tight end, but I think Waddle probably is a good mix right here. Yeah, with this build.
And then Evans goes to stinky leg.
Yeah, we got 2 number 1s there.
DJ Moore off the board, definitely in consideration. I think for me right here, it's between Rome and Lamar Jackson, and I'm gonna go Lamar Jackson.
Good call. I like that. With this build, I like to be dominant at every position with this kind of a build.
Yeah. And I think why the F not? Like I've also learned my lesson. Like when I'm at this spot, like I was telling you earlier, like the early quarterback prices, I want to get ahead of them, and like especially if the room panics later on, and I'm just like not getting a good value on my third, or like I don't feel confident in my second, then like to have Lamar Jackson and Cam Ward, I think is fine. You know, like if I miss out, I'm chilling. I'm not going to be upset. I'm in pretty good shape regardless. So getting Lamar, you don't have to stack him up at all. The Flowers team is not going to, like the Flowers team, you always kind of feel like I might look into it if everybody makes a mistake, but whoever takes him unstacked, you're like, yeah, that was the right click.
Right. If you aren't getting them over on the first, where the side where we are, you're probably not going to get the Lamar's Flowers, you know.
At the 103, I got lucky once and took Terry there at 51 and got Jaden Daniels to come back. But a guy like him is never going to be there. And it seems like more often than not, you don't even get Caleb anymore to fall. Like you might get Drake May, but you might also have to pull up Dak Prescott in round 7. You might have to pull up Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence. And like as those guys slip, it feels like you're kind of at the mercy of the room if you don't lock up. And like we take Allen in the 3rd. We take a shit ton of quarterbacks in the 6th. But like Lamar sitting there in the 5th is just like nobody wants him. It doesn't quite add up. It's a weird price fluctuation. And I'm starting to think Lamar is actually the most valuable of any quarterback price right now. Anywhere in the 5th feels really strong.
Yeah, if I look at my exposures at quarterback right now, I don't know exactly how much Lamar got. I know he's got to be toward the top though. Lamar has to be toward the top of my exposures. So I'm through like 87 drafts, quarterback. Nice. I got Shador at the top.
Ooh, 19.5% Lamar. We're over 20.
About 20% Lamar. So
nice.
You know, I'm the dual threats, they always gonna have a place in my heart, you know. So how do you feel about like the dual threats? Do you ever just go bonkers on them? Because I'm the guy that goes bonkers on the dual threats.
If you're gonna be grabbing guys a little bit more than just like the average baseline, like it better be the ones that can run the ball. It's got to be the ones that have that just like extra appeal. Where are we on the clock?
No,
a different.
I just want to go ahead and get it.
Yeah, if they can run the ball, Lamar, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, of course. Caleb factors into that more than people give him credit for, but it's just kind of the Ben Johnson system. Why I'm just ultimately going to be a believer. And then Herbert is kind of underrated there. Jackson Dart, of course, but Dart has maybe more injury risk than other players. And then there's not too many others other than like Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray off the top of my head. It gets a little Daniel Jones, I guess, but like so many injuries, it's probably not going to be the same anymore. Malik Willis, but that's such a, you got to be really optimistic in your projection on Malik to feel super good and confident with that, especially without Waddle now.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, he just strikes me as one of those guys that I don't think he's gonna have that consistency year to year, right? Because then he had one pretty good year in New York, and then he came back the next year and basically kind of flopped. And I'm just not so sure that this dude has a ride per se, right? Just because he played well last year, you know.
It's a great story. It was fun. Last year, a 1-year deal, betting on himself with a great play caller, good situation. Awesome. But like, I can't get the footage of him going down out of my mind when he's like slamming the helmet. Yeah, and it's like, but it's also like it runs deep because he's had so many different leg injuries. Like, and I think it's the same one most of the time. And it's just like as close as he is, you know, to proving the doubters wrong. And like, you know, they went all in with Sauce Gardner. They were 7-1. Like they had a shot.
They had a shot too.
They didn't even make the playoffs.
I run a shot clock with a 1-1-2-1 build.
Give me Cortland Sutton.
Oh, you like Sutton? Okay. I haven't been clicking him.
I'm willing to go in with Sutton and Watt.
Hey, I don't mind, man. I don't mind. This has been one of my this is how I treat my guests. This is one of my fades, but I'm letting you come into my house, build a team as you want. Because I have no Sutton.
In all honesty, I don't either, man. I don't either.
Hey, well, it's a new build for both of us.
I'm liking.
I see where you're going with it, though. I can get down with this. Yeah.
I'm willing to mix it in.
Okay, we're about to come up in here.
And then here, I'm gonna pull up Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison. All right,
he's not gonna make it back.
No, he will not. All right, we got some correlation with Gibbs, and there's a master plan here. I don't mind pulling guys up. Yeah,
there is a plan. We've got
ADP is never in my book as being gospel, especially when we're this far away from the season. We don't know what the damn ADP is going to be. The real ADP is, right? Everybody's just trying to set some sort of market value on this. The best players might be undervalued. So who cares about ADP?
I think we're in good shape. And I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm like advertising in terms of the the next move. But like I had a team similar to this the other night, and it was missing like a big stacking component with the QB2. And I was like, damn, if this team had that extra layer to it, I would feel great. Because like you don't need Lamar stacked like to make it. But if in the final week he is not the guy and you do have the correct stack elsewhere, like, you know, it feels a bit better. So yeah, it's pretty obvious. I'm not gonna jinx it.
Yeah, let's just let it play out. I kind of see where you're going to, but I'm gonna let you just go ahead and we'll get it. We'll make sure we're on the clock with plenty of time. So
we have Bowers.
Here's the quarterback little run right here too. 5 quarterbacks already in the 7th.
Yeah, it looks like this room was pretty fair with the quarterback prices. I guess Jaden went in the 4th, but or in the 5th, I should say. But for the most part, up until that last round, they were pretty.
Well, the Chase owner got Burrow too, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Well, that's our guy T Falls SB Dogs, who's in the
good
chat
value there. A generous room.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Let's see. Everybody has a quarterback. Nope, we've got one person waiting on QB, and then our guy next to us, Dr. Stanky Leg, he's waiting too. Yeah, we got to keep our eye on this guy, Dr. Stanky Leg.
He's got 3 running backs. Took Jalen Warren there. Not in love with that price on Warren personally.
Yeah, he's got something up his sleeve though, so I just don't want him to mess up our plans. So let's make sure we don't let him mess us up.
We'll get ahead of it. I got a plan. I got, as Hartman says in the chat, trust the process.
Trust the process. We got a plan.
We got a plan.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. So how long have you been in this space as far as like doing the content for best ball?
I would say I really commit to the channel as like with intention in 4 years ago. So this would be my 5th like calendar year committed to the channel. But in terms of live streaming, especially best ball, that was not on my radar at all when I started the channel. It only like I'd say this is the 3rd rotation around BBM where I'm like streaming it and like actively like participating it with like a plan and like intention. So yeah, last year was probably more of like my first more go around on YouTube in the best ball space. Just a little bit 2 years ago.
Oh, we coming up right here. So what we looking at right here? We got the 1141 build.
Let's go Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yep. Rico. Yep. Because yeah, we talked about this on your stream about the Rico versus Jalen Warren, and I think we're both on the Rico side.
And now we're going doubled
up. Yeah, Stanky leg doubled up. That's what I thought. I was like, I know he's gonna double up on quarterbacks. I just hope he didn't take ours.
I gave him his stacks. I was generous. I gave him the stacks. He had, if I'm not mistaken, Pickens and Mike Evans, if I think so.
Oh, he's got both of them. He's got Evans.
He at least has Evans.
Yeah, he's got Pickens too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so he's got his stacks.
I'm being generous, not getting in front of it, and we get exactly who we need.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yep. Oh yeah, I like this build. Yeah. Out of the two, I don't have any builds like this. Yeah. So
our running back position a little bit thin at the moment, but I don't think it's the end of the world. We still got time, and we had Gibbs.
When you got an anchor, yeah. When you got Gibbs as an anchor, you all right. You can just kind of cobble together the RB2, right?
The hero RB. I think this is the way to go about it. Get yourself that elite QB, get yourself that elite tight end, no question about it, top two, and feel comfortable at receiver. And I don't normally feel comfortable taking Sutton, but if I'm getting this Bo Nix double stack,
yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, I'm trying to check my elite running back exposure. I don't have much because I just haven't been getting Gibbs. Oh, I got 9%, so I'm above the field a little bit. Yeah, that's fair. And where's Bijan? I got more Bijan.
The luck with Bijan is it might be pretty low. If you search it, it'll just come right up.
Oh yeah, it should be coming up any second here anyway. What? There he is. 3%.
Bam.
3% Bijan.
Unlucky.
Short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
The Bijan exposure is strictly just roll the dice. How lucky have you gotten?
Right. Because you could be at number 2, right? And then you still don't get them sometimes, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
it's almost like you have to be in control of the pick to be able to get them, right? So, but you can't have everything in this game. If you're getting a little bit of higher exposure on one guy than the other guy, you just got to live with that, because it's all just dependent upon your random generator slot, right? So,
yeah. But
do you have a specific take on Bijan versus Gibbs? Like, who do you?
If you told me in week 17, the higher spike week is which one? Like ultimately, that's the only thing I think you can worry about. I do think Gibbs has just a little bit more explosive ceiling. Like if one of them is going to drop a 50 on you, I think it's a little more likely to be Gibbs than Bijan. But I do think Bijan's going to have more consistent 25 plus pointers. Like the thing about Gibbs is on occasion he gives you like a few 8-point games just because he doesn't find the end zone. But with Montgomery leaving, you'd assume those go away. But there have been instances where just because of the nature of the committee in Detroit, Gibbs has not been as consistently high, on average as productive as Bijan is. Like Bijan's always giving you at least like 16 pretty much.
Yeah.
But he might not always go over 30. With Gibbs, you might get a few games at 10, 8 points that you're not too happy about, but you'll get that 35, 45 point game where it's like, yeah, I don't give a shit anymore. Never mind.
Yeah. I just want to think that maybe Bijan also may have just started scratching the surface though, really, to what he can really do, because they kind of held him back a couple of those years, right? They was always giving Algier all those goal line carries and stuff. So, and then now he's getting more involved in the passing game. So I think he could really fall into his own as far as we on the clock here.
Let's take show me a running back. I'll go Gainwell. I'll take Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, I don't mind getting a Gainwell share. I don't have many, so he's got a lot of standalone value plus some contingency value. So
yeah, best value, I think, at the position there.
Our guy Stanky Leg looks like he's on auto draft the way he's drafted so quick.
And then Chris Rodriguez. Hit the Q on Chris Rodriguez.
Oh, Rodriguez? Okay.
Yeah. And then show me receiver.
Receiver. We got Golden, Higgins, Shakir. Looks like we got Rodriguez.
Yeah, we're taking Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's okay.
Got to get back in.
Yep. So we got a 2-4-4-1 bill. That's pretty balanced, which is a good thing to have a balanced team when we started the way we started.
Wide receiver could be a little bit better just because that Cortland Sutton pick feels weird, but like it's so justified. Like I'm going to trust that we get the right guys moving forward. But the Sutton pick is the only thing that makes me a little shaky at receiver. I never do it.
Right.
It's a little easier to do it on somebody else's.
Well, I think we're gonna be all right. I mean, we can land the plane late with some receivers, especially on this side, I think.
But it was always part of the plan. It was always like, no, I'm trying to double stack Bo Nix. That was the intention. We got Bowers as well. Like there's divisional correlation there. That was the intention, and it worked. So
I see it.
If I'm gonna do it, let's do it right.
Yeah, we all right, man. We in a good spot. Because here's where a lot of the receivers that could be, the guys that they don't have a specific outlook yet, but the things could just clear up over the summer, and and then they fall into a real good role here. That's the kind of range we're coming on. Some of the rookies, some of the guys who are like looking like the 2-3 right now, and you don't know if they're really the 2, but hey man, things can fall into place, and I'm a talent kind of guy. The guys with the talent, I'll just trust that they can find a spot, right? They'll find their way to on the field.
Yeah. That's the only way you can kind of, or at least convince yourself you have like an edge, in the field. Because like all these players are 100% drafted through the top like 200 essentially, you know what I mean? And it takes a while to so it's like you're trying to get the right combination that just nobody else has, but all those players are also on other teams. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's always a lobby that also drafts this player. And so if I can just get the right combination of 20 that is so difficult to replicate, it's really hard to have another lineup that is up and down the board, like even just 12 picks similar to yours. That's statistically very, very, very difficult. So, that's the only thing you can kind of argue is why you have an advantage over other people. But, man,
I'm a little jealous of this guy, our guy Scott Jung here. I mean, he said he got a Chase and Jefferson early.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's why you got to hop in the contest as soon as it launches.
Right. Yeah, I wish I could have got something like that because I think I might have that on DraftKings. So I think I do have something similar to that because Jefferson was falling on DraftKings too, and DraftKings is a lot softer. Are you over on DraftKings right now?
I'm not. I'm exclusively Underdog. Okay. I'm probably missing out on some plus EV by not doing it.
Yeah, and they got that $20, not $20, but 20 max entry $1 contest. That's not going to get close to filling. It's going to be so much overlay on there. Yeah, man.
Maybe.
When you got some time, knock a few drafts out over there.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
There's definitely a lot of plus EV on that site, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Have you also went on to Drafters? Because I don't do other sites other than DraftKings and Underdog. Have you done like Drafters, or there's some other one out there too?
I was really close to signing up for Drafters, but their verification had like some issues on my phone, and I got a little lazy. But we're on the clock.
Yeah.
I'll take Juwan Jennings here. I think he's fallen far enough. We need receiver. I think it's worth it. I'll take Juwan.
You're not concerned about when he's going to sign?
No, I think he's good enough. He's going to play, and I think there's actually a couple intriguing landing spots still. But he's trying to be on the field, so he's trying to avoid like a room that needs receiver that addresses it in the draft. Like, you know,
Oh,
maybe he
okay.
doesn't want to compete with a Jordan Tyson or Cardinal Tate, you know, and so until those teams are checked off the list, I don't know if he's like desperate to, you know, he's playing the veteran.
Oh, we're up here.
I'll take Fernando Mendoza.
All right.
Actually, no, give me Mark Andrews. Give me Mark Andrews.
Andrews, yeah, we do need a tight end, huh?
Let's go Andrews.
Yeah, we do need a tight end. We paired him with Lamar too. Yeah, so that's a good pick right there. Yep.
If there's never a value at tight end that really speaks to me going forward, I'm not gonna be upset.
Yeah, we won't even have to press it. Yeah, it's like, hey man, we can roll with these two here and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we got the 2 quarterbacks. This could be a very. I'm interested to see how you direct this ship here, man.
Yeah, this is a team where I think I can stop at 2 tight ends. I can also stop at 2 quarterbacks. I have a lot of flexibility where if I get a good value, we'll take it.
Right.
I almost took Mendoza there, but I don't think it was completely necessary.
Yeah, I think that Andrews pick, I think I like him better than that, better than the Mendoza pick there. Because Mendoza, how many times is he really gonna make our lineup, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's not
maybe only if Lamar and Bo Nix have the same bye week, he makes it. But other than that, I don't know. If
I'd be more excited about a round 19 quarterback than what are we in the 13th? Yeah, with
like
who I got.
Yeah, like a flyer guy who can maybe help you in week 15, 16, 17 out of the blue or something, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. So just to let you know, you've taken about 3 dudes I would never draft.
Who are they? Other than Sutton, who are they?
Oh, Jennings. I got 0 Jennings.
Interesting. Okay.
And who else? Let me see. Jennings, Sutton, and I thought that was one more. Now that might be it. Yeah, just Jennings and Sutton. So it's 2.
Okay. Those are basically the only 2 that I don't ever take either. But I think at this point he's starting to fall too late. Like from a talent standpoint, I don't think there's a better athlete that like I just know what I'm gonna get. Like Debo's getting older. Debo has injury concerns. Debo's maybe more athletic. Maybe I take that back. But like from what I trust, they're both free agents right now, and I think Juwan will get more money, and he's also younger. So I think he's fine here. I think Diggs was also interesting here, but they're all falling. It's a weird spot in the draft. I wanted Omar Cooper, but with one of those 2 picks, I needed a receiver, and you know, I think he's going to move back up once he does sign. The panic on the lack of team, I think, is a little overrated. I'm just going to trust talent, and I think the veteran that is he can also throw a touchdown pass. Like he can also throw that deep, like 40-yard touchdown. It's a little underrated skill set of his that I think could factor in randomly.
So what are the spots you think that would be good for him right now, and that you think are realistic for him to land?
If the Saints don't draft a receiver round 1, if they move off of that position, I would love the Saints as a landing spot. I think that's phenomenal. The Dolphins still have a shit ton of volume up for grabs right now. That's possible. Right. I think the Ravens are going to add a pass catcher probably in the draft, but they're open. I mean, I wouldn't really put much money on it, but they're open. And I also think the Chargers are sneaky to be adding. Everyone just assumes they're bringing back Keenan. They're just bringing back Keenan. I don't want them to do that. And I don't think they're done. And I don't think there's like a name in the draft that they're going to like want to invest in more than just see what Trey Harris has. So they still have a lot of cap space. I think the Chargers are actually a very, very sneaky wide receiver.
What's all this talk? Because I was talking to my buddy just earlier today, and he kept telling me, Quentin Johnston is on the trading block. I mean, so as a Chargers fan, we know you're one of the most loyal Chargers fans out. Did you see the thumbnail, by the way? With all the
Chargers? I did. I love. That's why I put the hat on. Love the thumbnail. Thank you so much.
So
we're on the clock.
Let's get to this point after this. Okay, we're on the clock. We like here. We got a 2-4-5-2 build.
Scroll down. Show me wide receiver. Just wide receiver.
Okay.
I think I'll take Trey Harris.
Oh,
Oh, what? Okay.
Years.
I didn't realize we had that little time left. The 20-second clocks get you, man. But
Yeah, these
we need a
20-second
running back.
clocks.
That's okay. But Tajay
Yeah,
fits.
Tajay, as long as he avoids the the Jeremiah Love, or actually he might be safe from the Jeremiah Love thing, right? Whereas they might get rid of Pollard if they get this guy.
That's possible. Let's go Christian Kirk here.
Trey Harris? Okay.
No, I'm gonna go Christian Kirk instead.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Kirk. I think Kirk is a very interesting pick here because he could actually move up the pecking order on a team like San Francisco due to all those injury prone guys in front of him, right?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go double receiver there with the Trey Harris decision.
Yeah.
I'm glad we still addressed running back in a sense. It wasn't my favorite click, but he's fallen a lot. We did take him, I think, above ADP or whatever. Like, who cares? Tajay's fine, but because I didn't have the Trey Harris Christian Kirk combo, I think the safer one of the two is Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, yeah, because he's got a defined role. He's right now the third receiver, right?
And there's a lot of injury risk above him. Like,
right.
I don't think it's set in stone that Christian Kirk won't be like the wide receiver 2 in like more than 10 games next season.
Yeah,
Pearsall scares me for that reason. And then Evans is just old as fuck.
Yeah, and he's always hurt. Just always hurt, right?
Always misses at least 3 games with a hamstring. And then last year he broke his collarbone like almost twice. Like I think he aggravated it or something when he came back.
Yep. Let me get a little public service announcement. Thanks everyone for joining us here at GAB Sports. And as we bring you a guest appearance from Nice and Blunt, our guy Adam, also known as Nice and Blunt. Go ahead and visit his channel as well. See the link in the description for Nice and Blunt's YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. But go ahead and take the time to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media at GAB for Young. That's GAB, the number 4, YUUNG. We appreciate you coming in and drafting with us today. All right, let's get it. All right, so where were we at? Talking about
Let's take a look at the board.
The 49ers, right?
Oh, yeah. Christian Kirk and,
Yeah. So are you high on the 49ers as a team this year?
One of your questions, which we didn't get to yet, but I'll just bring it up now. There was like on the list of topics you brought up to me, final question you mentioned in our email was, aside from my top exposures, what is the one thing that is most bankable to you for this upcoming season?
Yeah.
The bankability of the Niners offense, the Bears offense. I want to bet on good players on good teams. And the biggest tiebreaker is the emphasis on good teams. I want the best play callers and just trusting that having those pieces is a more valuable investment than a Miami Dolphin piece, a Cleveland Brown piece, a New York Jet. There's teams I want to be avoiding and teams I want to be planting my flag on. The Niners and Kyle Shanahan, until he retires, they're not leaving the list. It's just money in the bank. There's a lot of bad clicks here. Even if we reach on Christian Kirk, I can't think of a reason why he's a bad click in round 15.
Oh, okay. That's interesting that you said that, because I have a similar bankable take. The one thing that I would bank on, because I was checking my exposures, right? And I want to see, which teams do I have the most exposure to? And I knew I was high on this team, but every single Bear, I'm well ahead of the field, like well ahead of the field on all like 6 Bears. Okay. And so I went into it thinking I knew I wanted the Bears on high quantities. And so I was just loading up on all the Bears. And I think that's the most bankable team. I think they actually consolidated a lot too by getting rid of, we're on the clock. DJ Moore. Yeah, let's see what we got. Okay.
Show me wide receiver, just wide receiver.
Pat Bryant, Flournoy, Brazel. We got to make a decision.
Yeah, give me Flournoy. Flournoy,
okay.
Actually, or Elijah Surratt, either of the two.
I will take Flournoy first.
The team behind us has Dak. Actually, glad we took Flournoy.
Yeah, because I like these veterans here late too. Which position are we looking at here?
show me running back.
RB, yeah. It's got some young guys. We got your guy Vidal.
It's not exciting, but depending on what
Jordan James, rookie. I mean, backup.
Yeah, let's see what happes. I know the direction I'm going to go. It's just depending on who this was. Barner. Let's take Jordan James. Yeah, let's do Jordan James.
I like that. Yeah, a little bit slightly against CMC, and all the talk out here is they're talking about, it could be just rhetoric, coaches speak, whatever, but they saying that they're gonna ease back on CMC's load. I mean, this is coming out of Shanahan's mouth. It's coming out of Shanahan's mouth. So he almost has to, right? Because he knows he wore this guy down last year. And
but if Shanahan says that, I don't believe it. If Shanahan says that in March or early April, I don't believe a fucking word that Shanahan says. Like, it's funny. They released their independent investigation into the substation during their smokescreen season, during the lying season.
And you know what the questions that some of the reporters were asking? Because there's one guy who he's like a antagonist 49er beat reporter, right? He always needles them. And he said that the questions that everybody had in the room were, okay, what's the name of the independent researcher and what's the name of the firm? And they wouldn't give any details of who it is. They just like an unknown researcher with 45 years of experience. Well, why would it be unknown? Wouldn't this dude want to tout himself as he's the dude who came and investigated this and found it to be whether it's a no issue or not? Why would they not want to know who did it?
I think if it got confirmed, not only would the players be like in an uproar, so would the fans that go to that stadium. You know what I mean? Like, you telling me I'm getting season tickets, and every time I'm in this place for 3+ hours, it's
I'm endangering myself.
There's a lot of weird stuff involved. If that is indeed true, allegedly, I can't.
And they're gonna hire somebody and get the results. And if it didn't agree with their results, they'll just go hire somebody else until they get somebody to say what they want them to say, right?
I mean, isn't that usually how science works? Sometimes, isn't that
exactly right?
How you achieve a consensus? There's a lot of money involved sometimes, but here I'll maybe I can find.
We got some time. We're not on the clock there.
Nah, I'll just type it in the thing, but science spelled that way. But okay, we still got some time. These last few picks, if there's a good price on tight end or quarterback, maybe I'll take it. But like, I don't think I need to. I'll probably invest in third tight end though, most likely. In one of these 3 picks, I'll probably do that.
All right, that sounds fair.
And then our running back room, I think we have 6 at this point. Yeah, 6 of them.
Yeah, we got a 2, 6, 7, 2. Yep. And let's see what the running backs are kind of looking like. You got the usual suspects this late.
Yeah.
The discarded. They got the discarded and the hurt and tight end. Tight end's interesting.
Tight end's getting a little thin.
Yeah, it's a couple names in here I wouldn't mind. And then if we go quarterback, probably really slim picking some quarterback.
But I'm probably not going QB, honestly. And then let's see wide receiver.
Okay, we're on the clock.
Go Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard.
All right. I got 0 of this dude, too.
Oh, you're missing out, man. I think you're missing out.
Am I? I don't know about this rookie class, man. But I mean, I do have some positive things to say about him, I just don't know if year one. All these guys are just so landing spot dependent, right? But
that's fair. But I think he's a round 2 pick. I'm willing to fall for another. Again. I'll go Ray Davis. Give me Ray Davis.
I like Ray Davis here. I got so much Ray Davis. Because I'm hearing that they might release that guy, what's his name, Ty Johnson or something.
Really? I would love that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something like that, that he's not a guarantee to be, on the team. So
okay. I mean, he's the only like big thorn in the side, but like in general, Ray Davis only has handcuff appeal if James Cook gets injured. In general, that's the only thing we're really betting on.
Right. And it's attached to a good offense too. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're banking on the Bills offense. In that scenario, Ray Davis has league-winning potential, so you have to have some bets that are on your side in that regard.
So our running back room is looking like anchored by Gibbs, and then we got Dowdell, Gainwell, guys with roles, Rodriguez. Then we got the few handcuff kind of guys. So do you think we're okay with these 7?
Oh yeah. With that last 7th for sure. Because we took Tajay, I was kind of like, I don't know. That one wasn't as planned. We just timed out, but he's not bad. He's still, I think, at 167. Especially if he doesn't get Jeremiah Love ahead of him. Like if he dodges that, we're smashing with that value. So it's worth mixing it. It is
it's worth mixing in because we don't know. Everybody thinks they know exactly how this draft's going to go. We don't know. I mean, guys get picked by different teams all the time. We don't know exactly, where these guys are going to get picked.
Yeah.
And so we got 8 receivers right now. So basically, it's either coming down to receiver or tight end, probably.
I think it's going to be wide receiver. Show me the remaining tight ends, because if Theo Johnson's top of ADP, I think I'm probably going to chill.
Yeah, he's the top. Yeah,
but do me a favor, type in Claire with a K, Klare.
Yeah, I'm big on Claire, man. Yeah.
I'm willing to queue up Claire in case we run out of time. And
because if I do my ranks, I'm sure he's probably higher up on mine. Yeah, I like Claire, man. I like Claire.
We can put him in the queue. I wouldn't hate that click. And then receiver.
Let's see what we got. Receiver.
Scroll down a little bit.
Got guys
you
like
can queue up Antonio Williams.
Oh, okay. I'm not really too familiar with him. I saw him at the combine, but I don't really know much about him. Yeah, I'm starting to buy into Noel. Yeah, I'm starting to buy into Noel. I think he might surprise.
For the hell of it, put Bateman in there too. We have Lamar.
Yeah, we got Lamar, right?
And
I think I got 20% Devontae Walker, so I already got a lot of him. But I don't have Bateman.
Tyquan Thornton or
what about Tez? You not high on Tez?
I do it occasionally, unless I have Baker. I'm not as excited.
Because he's looking like the 3rd receiver right now.
No, that's McMillan, bro. That's Jalen McMillan. He's the 4th receiver. But what about Tyquan Thornton? Tyquan
Thornton. Yeah. Well, the bulky knees of Chris Godwin could elevate him to the 3rd receiver. Let me just say that, because he's the 4th receiver right now. But a guy like Godwin is usually not going to play all 17, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me remind myself of our full receiver. We have Nico, Waddle, Sutton, Addison, Jawan, Kirk, Flournoy, and then who's the 8th again? Jeremy Bernard's the 8th.
Yeah. Good mix of veterans and youth.
The only other name I want to consider would be Devontae Walker. How do you feel about Devontae Walker?
Oh, I love Walker, man. I got tons of Walker. Yeah, especially with stacks of Lamar, I would definitely take Walker. I got more Walker probably than I do Lamar.
Do you have? How do you feel about Bateman?
It's like a coin flip because I want to even out the shares too, so I wouldn't mind going Bateman either. But I think if we take the Raven here, it's probably best. Take one of these Ravens.
Out my shares, I think I'd probably go Bateman. I think I have more Devontae Walker with Lamar than I do Bateman. So
let's go Bateman.
Let's go Bateman.
All right, sounds good.
But it doesn't feel great. Not gonna lie.
I know, but at least we got a stack, and you never know which one of the guys comes along with Lamar. So it's all about diversifying the exposures, right? All right, go ahead.
He's our 9th guy, so
Right. So we
Okay.
ain't relying on him, right? We're just hoping he gives us a spike game when we need it.
At the right time, right place, right.
So what's the science you say? What happened?
Oh, I was
Oh,
trying to
money.
spell C like the pennies, like
Right.
but I couldn't find the right
Right.
keyboard thing for
It's
it.
like
But
they paid for their science, right?
yeah,
Hey,
so
we're
I
gonna
mean,
pay you $5 million to come in here and tell us what we want you to tell us.
not exclusively. I don't want to denigrate everything. There's still good peer-reviewed science, but there's also independent studies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give a quick review so we can jump into the next one. And so our guy, what's his name again? The guy who's in the draft with us.
We were drafting with
T-Fall SB Dogs.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and review our team first, and then we'll get on the T-Falls team as well. So go ahead and review our team and see. Go ahead and give us the audience a review of what you think about our team.
All right, we got the 2 slot with the 2-7-9-2, and we went pretty top heavy at every position. We go Lamar Jackson in the 5th, Bo Nix double stacked. It was part of the plan, and I'm happy to do it that way. But Jahmyr Gibbs is the true anchor, and then we got a nice little gift there. I was really hoping for Rico Dowdle, and I'm so happy he was on the board for us at 95. That, I think, really saved it. We also got a little gift in Kenneth Gainwell. Doesn't always make it to 119, so happy to scoop that up. Pulled up Rodriguez in the 11th round. I think he was not making it back, and he has the value to totally pay off if he gets the opportunity. Want the Jags backfield at the very least. Then we ran out of time on Tyjae Spears, but if he dodges Jeremiah Love, he's going to absolutely pay off at 167. So he's fallen far enough to keep that upside valuable. Then Jordan James as the handcuff to CMC right now, hopefully avoids disaster in the draft, but odds are he's their guy. And then Ray Davis with a more handcuff appeal, just because of the Tyjae risk, felt like the 7th would come into play. And we're good at the other positions. Like, I can totally afford 7 running backs, 9 receivers on this team and feel good. Wide receiver loaded in terms of just depth. Feel pretty safe in hindsight. Nico Collins, we got a top 10 guy. Waddle and Sutton both stacked, so we're getting a good offense, and a Bo Nix spike week will definitely pay off. Addison, I took Addison above ADP so that if we got sniped on Bo Nix, I would have Kyler as a backup.
Right.
So that was part of the plan, just to prevent a failsafe. But I think that tier of receiver in the 7th, 8th round is so flat. Addison's going to take it back, and he's worth that price, in my opinion. So,
and he's a spike week guy too. He got spike weeks. Yeah,
love Addison in the 7th or 8th, wherever you can get him, especially with the Kyler option later on. But didn't need it. Got Bo Nix. Took the little fall on Juwan Jennings. I think the overreaction to him not signing is just that. Buy the dip. I wasn't taking him a ton before, but as he continues to fall, buy the dip. Christian Kirk as a pretty good wide receiver 3 in the nice offense. Ryan Flournoy to get ahead of the Dak drafter. Good spike week guy as well. Jeremy Bernard, my favorite rookie to draft, in all honesty. I think you're sleeping on him, to be honest, Will. And then
I hope you're right, man.
I hope so too. I was on with Off the Schneid yesterday. Cody drafts Jeremy Bernard at like a 70% rate. Germany is his overwhelming plant the flag player. So I'm at like 33%, and he told me I was a rookie in that space. So I hope, man, for your sake.
Hey, I'm open to changing my stances. I don't plant a flag and act like I'm the only guy who can have a take, or I'm
glad late of a pick at the very least. I'm glad we could get him into your lobby. And then we get the stack with Bateman. Maybe not the right click, but wide receiver 9, who cares? It makes sense with Lamar. And then tight end, we're only got 2, but Bowers is, in my opinion, the best you can have. Going to cover a lot of ground and rarely leave the lineup. And then Andrews with the stack. When he scores a touchdown, get him in there. He'll offer some flex value, but in general, not going to go over 7 points without a touchdown. So I'm happy with it, man. Little maybe thin in terms of depth at QB and tight end, but that's why I took Lamar and Bowers. We don't need depth. We're in good shape. I like it. How do you like it?
Hey, this is the kind of team when you draft it, you like, I'm right when I make these, choices, right? And to where,
Yeah.
like you say, you're thin at 2 spots, but if you got the right people at those spots, it's going to pay off big time because we got so much depth and quality at the other positions. We got so many outs, getting the 7 plus 9 with 16 players to only feel like, 6 spots, right? You got 16 players to fill 6 spots. That's always one of those added edges to me when you got just more darts in the field to fill a certain number of spots, right? And I love that kind of a build when it's done correctly, and I think we did it correctly. Of course, there's some risk always, but everybody's going to have some kind of risk, when you're doing something that's not like totally conventional. So I love it, man. Yeah, I love this build.
Appreciate it. What's up to Steve-O Speak in the chat?
Appreciate hey, what's going on, Steve-O? Thanks for tuning in with us. Yeah. Appreciate you coming by.
From the Fanspeak Network.
Fanspeak Network, our guy, Steve-O. I listen to him pretty much every day. I've absorbed so much content this year. It's like, and it's something that it feeds me to be able to, take from others and learn from others, and also, give some input too into the community because, it's a collection of ideas out here, right? And everybody loves their own takes, right? And one thing that where I'm coming around to is that when I first started playing best ball, maybe BBM 2 since now, I've learned that player takes used to be up here for me, right? Meaning my player takes was my most important thing. Now I'm starting to look like player takes is starting to fall down the hierarchy of importance because our player takes aren't going to be as right as we think they are on a percentage scale, right? It's going to be like you might hit 30% one year, right? And then one year you might hit 70%, but you're never just going to be so sure that you're just going to knock everything out of the park because it just doesn't come out that way in the end, right?
Well,
and so
if you're right, you're living. You're super happy. If you're wrong, like it's a humbling. If you only have a 5% advance rate, but that's the problem with being so staunch on a take is that you're not accounting for injury. Like there's a minimum 15 to like 45% injury risk with like every single player. Like it's inevitable. Some guys are going to go down, some more likely than not. And like I learned this, I think it was my first year on Underdog. I didn't invest much money, thankfully. I was a newbie, but I had like 45% Javonte Williams in like the 3rd round. And he got injured like 4 weeks into the season. And he was also not very good before the injury. Like he was getting the volume, but that Russell Wilson offense just was dog shit. And it was like, well, this isn't fun to keep track of anymore once he tears his ACL. Or what, maybe it was in his Achilles that year, but like, the injuries can just crush you. And it doesn't have to happen early in the season. You can advance and, even make like week 16. And next thing you know, is the guy that is on all your rosters just doesn't play. Like you could have like Drake London, like he just wasn't there in the playoffs until week 17.
Right. Even aside from injuries, it could be one of those situations where a guy you're expecting this guy to just take that next step, and then they just happen to not to, right? Like the CJ Strouds and, a guy who I've been banking on is like Xavier Legette, right? They drafted in the 1st round. That's got to be the year, right? Last year, I'm thinking he's got to take a step, and then they just don't. And it's like, you bet that they would. So the unknown players who haven't performed before, that's been one of my like weaknesses. I wouldn't call it a weakness, but it's a gamble that I've been taking that's paid off at a lower rate, right? If they haven't produced, because most people are looking for that guy who's already produced, right? So they can bank on that he's done it before. But if you're just really trying to press the edge, I'm looking for some of the guys who haven't yet done it, and I'm expecting them to based on maybe their pedigree or whatever. And those are the kind of guys that can continue to disappoint you year in and year out. But, I still fall for that. And I'm willing to make that bet because I think there's a edge in that. And that if you're overloaded on a guy who hasn't really performed yet, and then he performs, most people aren't going to have that same kind of exposure, right?
Yeah.
So I'm willing to press the edges in certain situations on that kind of a narrative. But it's like I know that the risk is high because he's never done it, right? How do I know if he's ever going to do it? We don't really know, but I'm willing to press that edge, in these kind of
where I fully agree. And that's where, like, later in the draft, I think is where you got to plant your flag sometimes. And like that also includes players to avoid, players that you think are not going to break out. But if you can you can hit on a few more breakouts than the average drafter, you'll probably advance a few more teams than the rest of the field. But you want to take a look at SP Dog's team and head into a second one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, SP Dogs, right?
Yeah, team four.
Okay. Yeah, he was started off with he didn't start off with the 0 RB, but he was. Let's see what he did. Oh, he's the chase guy. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and give us the review on this one.
All right. So the 4-slot 3-4-9-4, a little thin at running back. Let's see how it pans out. Burrow, Cam Ward, Geno. That is fine, but I don't trust Geno. That's just my take. But running
starting back, off with a Burrow, though, do you think that he needs to really, really get the other two guys are kind of backups, based on fantasy, right? They're kind of backup dudes to Burrow, right?
Yeah, I guess with Ward as the second, it's valuable to have the third, but I think Geno's pretty unuseful. That's just my stance on it. But for the sake of just having a third, better than not.
All right, let's see where he went with this running back room.
Running back is stopped at 4 with Walker, Jacobs, Travion, and Ramondre. Very interesting when 4 includes like 2 guys on the same team. I don't think I would have done it this way. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm
not mad at it because the simple fact that basically his Travion and Ramondre, he's getting all of the running back value on that team, right? But I think I still would have added maybe just one more back to this. I got plenty of builds like this, but I can see where he's going with. He's just banking that this is all he's gonna need.
If that's all he needs, then I'm sure the rest of the team is fucking excellent. But knowing that he stopped with these 4, I feel like he could have had a better quarterback room. But let's look at the receiver room. Let's let it come together.
Okay, so let's go with the receivers. He's got
Jamar
9
Chase, Michael Pittman, Quentin Johnston, Josh Downs, Higgins, Trey Tucker, and Elick, Jalen Noel, tight end Kenyon Sadiq, Hunter Henry, Gunnar Helm, Gesicki. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. For it to only have 4 running backs, I feel like there's a little bit of like star power that's missing.
Like where, like the third, fourth kind of receivers.
Yeah, I guess all those picks were spent at running back kind of early on, but
right.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man, I'm not in love with this team. I'm not in love with this team. The Pittman, Quentin Johnston, Downs, that's decent. He has Jamar with Burrow. You can't hate that. That's phenomenal. But
then he tacked on Gesicki. I don't know if I would have needed to do that, but
I think the team really needed that extra running back and just individual takes. The QJ, Pittman, Josh Downs. I feel like you're actually like relying on that quite a bit, and I don't feel like it's that inspired. I'm not high on Jaden Higgins. I'm not high on Trey Tucker. I think they can spike a couple times, but like the full room makes me feel like you need them more than just 2 or 3 times. I feel a little shaky just because to only have 4 running backs. I'm not in love. I'm not in love with it. Can't sugarcoat it. Not gonna lie.
To come to his defense a little bit, and this is really how I really feel. I think I'm okay with the combination of these guys as far as a Pittman, QJ, and Downs and Higgins, because all of these guys, theoretically could be better than they were last year, right? I mean, and they could assume frontline kind of roles, right? Pittman's going to the Steelers, right? And he could be gets the most targets, right? He get the most targets on the Steelers. You got QJ with McDaniel coming over. This guy could make some noise and have some spike weeks. Josh Downs is taking over for Pittman, right? He could be maybe 1B to a 1B receiver. Tyler Warren's still there, and then you got Higgins can take a step up possibly. So there's questions, but there's also opportunity for these guys, right?
I respect that. I hear that, and I acknowledge that's part of the equation. But I also think there's arguments to the contrary that are just as valid. Like with Pittman, I guess it was pretty crowded in Indy. It's not going to be as crowded, but like the quarterback situation right now is pretty up in the air. They paid DK Metcalf way more, so like they only traded a 7th rounder. It's possible that Pittman is not going to be as good, and last year he wasn't even excellent in the first place. But I do think Pittman's okay. QJ though, I used to take a lot, and I think he could get worse because I think they want to develop Trey Harris. I'm not convinced that they wouldn't trade him for chump change if they really liked the deal.
Really?
I could see him being traded. I really could. But if he doesn't score touchdowns, he's not that valuable. And then Josh Downs has no quarterback we trust as of today. Like, Anthony Richardson's the starter as of this moment, right? Like that doesn't feel excellent. And then Higgins, I hope will step up, but like I don't know for sure. Like he wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be last year. So maybe a year 2 leap is in the cards, but Stroud has kind of been bad, but Tank Dell could come back. There's just as many downsides, I think to upsides with those names. So individually, I don't love the combo.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to follow this team. And I'm definitely gonna label this since you're in here, and this is our shared team, so we'll be able to follow this one pretty closely. And but yeah, it's an honest assessment, pretty fair. But I always like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt because different approaches sometimes, they can have an edge just in itself, right? The fact he only has 4 backs. If all 4 of these backs, basically 3 backs, if the New England situation materializes itself to the highest level, Jacobs has one of his best seasons, and Walker going on to the Chiefs, double-digit touchdowns, and I can see where this guy could do, and he cobbles together, some of these receivers do well. I can see where it works, but then, like you said, there is a downside to it, but I can see also how he can get there too, though.
If the running backs do deliver, then he's in business, but I don't think it's the safest bet overall.
Yeah, definitely not. But to me, one of the takeaways I also got from this experience so far, I think we're so far away from the season that our analysis right now of what could be sure things and what are the strongest things, it hasn't come together yet, right? Because later in the season, late July or August is when we're going to have our most solidified information, right? And so for right now, being so far away, the guys who are taking the risks, I think right now, I honestly believe they have the edge right now because they're going to be doing things that are so outside the box that we don't know how it's going to come together at this point, 7 months away from the season, right? And so a guy like Jaden Higgins, right? What if we're getting in the camp, early July, and all of a sudden they're saying Jaden Higgins, lighten it up, things like that. So, but being so far away from the season, I like to just give dudes with different approaches, a little bit of like, hey man, we don't know right now. So I think it can happen. I think his team can come together. Not saying it will, but I can see the path and the method to the madness. Because I like that build combining those 2 backs on same teams. I've been doing quite a bit of that.
That's fair. To be completely honest, as you're explaining it, I'm reminded of a thought a few days ago. I had hit him with the gritty, was drafting with me, and like his build was just kind of similar to that. Like so many running backs up top and like fragile, and like I acknowledge I should probably take a few more of those types of teams. I don't think I do it anywhere near enough where like I'm giving it a real chance. I think maybe perhaps I'm a bit too dismissive of that concept of the build, in all honesty. But all
right, so let's jump into the second one, and then we're gonna do a little outside the box draft here.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into another big board as you join us here at GAB Sports with your boy YUUNGMOOLAHH, and we are co-hosting and with a special guest appearance from our guy Adam from Nice and Blunt. He's got the the blunt. What's that? Your bong.
I got a pipe with me.
I'll take the bong logo. Yeah, so you go ahead and do your thing, man. But our guy Nice and Blunt, go ahead and follow him. We got his information in our description here, and so we're going to go ahead and jump into another big board right here with the guy Nice and Blunt and Young Moolah in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're entering the big board right now. Let's go. All right, so let's not have I'm the 11th one this time. DraftKings starting soon.
All right.
We got into something right here.
Filled quickly.
Hope y'all got in. Hopefully everybody was wanting to get in, got in. Appreciate you all coming here. Please smash the like button on your way in. We got our guy Steve O Speak from Fanspeak. Steve O Speak from Fanspeak Network. Fanspeak, right? Yeah, Fanspeak.
Yeah, Fanspeak Network. Check him out.
He's talking about it's great to listen and watch and get other viewpoints. Yeah. I mean, I think that's great for everybody to kind of understand that there's a lot of great ideas out here and different approaches, right? And it's good. It's okay to be different, right? We don't all want to start thinking alike, man. That's what I was saying. That the group thing I want to definitely steer clear of. So let's see what pick we got.
And also just having more eyes on the same. We got pick 2 again. Hell yeah.
We got the number 2 again.
All right.
We got Green Bean. I've seen that guy somewhere.
Yo, I got to draft with you all the time,
man. We keep getting the number 2, huh?
Imagine if you had like 80% Jameer Gibbs just because you always got picked 2.
That's true. I know. You'd be like living the life until he, unless something bad happens, and then
he gets hurt.
Crying, right? Yeah, you'd be crying like, dang, why'd I get so much? Okay, we got a Bijan. We got a Bijan because I don't have much Bijan, so we jumping to the podium. As they say, the team runs to the podium to get the pick in because they were so excited.
Green Bean saw earlier that you're only at 3% Bijan in your exposure, and he was like, "Let's help this guy out. Let's give him the
Green Bean. Thank you, Green Bean. I mean, I'm okay with either one, but I do want to kind of get a couple more Bijans.
Well, at least I'm not going to have to feel like, oh, I got to have a different team than last time because we have Gibbs again. Like we have a different player. It can be the same type of structure, but just the nature of a different hero anchor changes everything.
Or maybe some fallers come, or we can combine some stuff a little differently.
You mentioned you gave me authority on the first one, so we're going to have a much more
collaborative effort this time.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I like the team put together.
How are you feeling about the next turn?
Feeling about what?
The next turn. Is there a way you kind of like to address it, or just feel it out?
Because I'm not in love with the players usually there, other than my guy Bowers, but I got so much of them. It's like I'm trying to mix them up because I had taken a stance against Jacobs, right? And I think you kind of low on Jacobs too, right?
Yeah,
I am. I started to revise it. I said, well, there is a world where Jacob still crushes, right? I mean, we can't be so certain that he doesn't. Mm-hmm. He's been a workhorse the last few years. Why can't he be a workhorse one more year? And then, LaFleur likes to pound the rock with the run game. They got a good offensive line. So I've started to kind of ease up on that. And so I have actually been punching in some Jacobs here lately, right around this price here. So I don't mind doing that.
My main concern with Jacobs is kind of like more injury related sometimes. And like you can only go so far with that, like there's always the caveat when you're like in love with someone. It's like, oh yeah, but what if he gets hurt? Right. Maybe I shouldn't go overboard. And then it's the opposite direction where like, okay, I think this guy's probably not going to play a full year. I can only take that so far in my fade where it's like, yeah, but what if I'm wrong? Like if I'm projecting 5 missed games, what if it's only 1 or 2? Like, and it's early on in the season, not at the end of the year where taking the handcuff is going to be worthless to you. Like as much of a plant the flag decision I've made on Tank Bigsby, I still want to make sure I have at least 4 or 5% Saquon. I don't want to forget about Saquon. So
our guy Green Bean, he's saying, just doing my part to help you mix it up. So he did give us a little gift. Thank you, Green Bean. I appreciate you for looking out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. it's not like he lost out on anything. So, but a little sharing of the pie.
Well,
there.
like we were saying, from a spike week standpoint, Gibbs might be the better option that you need. It
could be.
They're both fantastic.
Yep. Both equally can go off at any moment. Because Gibbs had like a 49 burger or something in the playoffs, right? And
this lobby is
had a 37.
Sorry, I noticed how this lobby shook out at wide receiver in round 1. This is kind of interesting. Neighbors went round 1. Jefferson went pick 6.
Okay. Yeah, we got the same usual suspects over here. So I do kind of want to mix it up here.
Let's go George Pickens if you're okay with that.
What do you think about going Achane?
I'm fine with that too. I would want Achane in the second. If you want to just prevent that snipe, then let's take him.
Yeah. I want to get Achane because I think I got a plan here of what I think the next pick will do. We won't alert our guy Green Bean, but
yeah, I'm good with that. I would have wanted him in the next round, so just to lock him up, I'm chilling.
Yeah, because I think this next pick can combine pretty good with him if we can get it.
I think I know where you're going. I'm pretty sure I know where you're going.
Oh, that's who I wanted to.
The suspense.
That's okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think you got sniped.
So where you want to go here? Because my plan was for.
Let's go George Pickens. Let's go George Pickens.
Okay, Pickens. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I wanted to try to get that New Orleans full stack, but hey, it didn't work. Yeah, I think New Orleans. Remember last year they ran a ton of plays, right? I mean, this team gets off 65, 70 plays every game. So I think adding Travis Etienne and then they probably get another receiver. I think this team could really be one of the top offenses in the league. I'm not just hyperbole on this one. I think they could be one of the real good offenses this year under Kellen Moore, year 2.
They have a phenomenal schedule. They have one of the easiest schedules. We already know the opponents. We don't know the order, but strength of schedule wise, they lost their division, and all of the other 4th place teams they're facing is one of like the easiest combos of any of the 4th place team. Like they have a really easy schedule. On top of that, Kellen Moore is like, I think worth the hype. I think some people still sleep on Kellen Moore, and their quarterback situation is still like so lackluster. It almost feels like we still look at them like Spencer Rattler is their guy. You know what I mean? Like, but I think they're going to take a big step forward. I'm very curious where they go with their first draft pick. I think they're at number 8 on the draft board.
Yeah,
I believe
they're after Washington. Yep, number 8,
right before the Chiefs, and like they could go receiver, they could go defense. I thought they would take Jeremiah Love. I guess they just figured out they weren't going to get him, so they signed Etienne. And yeah, I think it's interesting that Etienne and Walker went to picks 8 and 9 in the draft order. Like Jeremiah Love is 100% going ahead of them. He will not fall past Washington. That's a lot.
Yeah. I don't think he falls past the Giants myself.
No, yeah, I think he probably goes to the Titans or Giants, most likely.
Okay, so we're coming up in the 4th. We got 2 backs
and
a receiver
from last time.
Yep. We got a little bit of correlation already built in with Bijan and Travis Etienne in the same division. So
Adams goes. I'm hoping this team takes Waddle from us. No, I would like Jameson Williams here. I don't know what you are interested in, but
I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah, Jameson fits the bill too for me. And that division plays the South division, so we got another correlated piece.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. Yeah, I like this. I like the explosiveness of this team. Yeah, I've been heavy onto that. I've kind of mastered that now to where I know what divisions play divisions, and so I like the explosiveness of these first few picks here. I think we can get a lot of spike weeks already out of this.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm good with Evans or Roma Dunze or DJ Moore. Those would be my 3 options for you.
I don't have much DJ Moore, so I'm okay with him.
Whoever you want.
Let's go DJ Moore. Bank on that he's reunited with what's the coach's name again?
Joe Brady.
He's reunited with Joe Brady. He's got his best quarterback ever. Maybe that's all this guy needed, right? Because when he was in Carolina, who did they have? Who was the quarterback?
It filtered. Last season he had in Carolina was Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and then each year it almost was like a new quarterback every year when he was there, right? And so he never really could just firmly just break out, but he had some good seasons under Brady. So I think this is a good marriage, and I'm a little low on his exposures right now, so I don't mind getting another one here.
One thing I love about DJ Moore that people don't really mention, but is very, very valid. He plays all 17 games. He does not like get banged up and miss time. He plays through whatever injuries he's got. He knows how to stay healthy. He takes care of his body. Sometimes he has some motivation concerns, I guess. Like people complain about his body language. He eye rolls a few times, but like last time we saw him get traded, year 1 was exceptional. Like
that was with Justin Fields, right?
Insane. And they don't have a number 2 that scares you at all. Like their number 2 is Kincaid. Maybe they'll draft someone, but they haven't proven to know what they're doing in the draft. Joe Brady's familiar. Like this is one reason I kind of liked Curtis Samuel when he got there. I was like the Joe Brady connection, but like the crux of that team back in the day, I remember like when I used to really not like DJ Moore, it was like on the Panthers, he had like 3 straight years with 1,200 yards from scrimmage because he would run the ball too. So he'd give you like 1,050 receiving, 150 on the ground, and then 3 straight years with that total, he'd also max out at 4 touchdowns. Like every year it was 1,200 yards and 4 touchdowns. I was like, I need the fucking touchdowns, man. Especially when some of these are rushing yards and I don't get as many catches. I need the touchdowns. And only until he went to Chicago with Fields, I think he had 9 touchdowns that year, and he finally bucked the trend. But I think with Allen, he could finally hit double digits for the first time.
Yeah, we're about to come up right here. Who do you like here? Want to go receiver again? And because we got the 2 anchor backs, we can kind of just focus on receiver and quarterback.
The price ball on Thomas, I think, is worth taking. I'm Thomas over Parker Washington, but apparently I've heard a bunch of pushback that I'm wrong on that.
We'll see. I'm a talent guy, so when things are kind of close, I'm going to side with the guy with the talent, and I'm falling on the Thomas side too.
Yeah,
but I could see where Parker does his thing too. But it's just such a good offense that if these guys kind of ping pong games, that's fine. But I think the higher ceiling still has to be Thomas, where you know he can have those 8 for 170 games and 2 long touchdowns, right? He can just do a little bit more ceiling, I believe.
He's got more outs. I like the price on Drake May. I'm okay with that, but Dak Prescott would be the stack. So either one you want, but I like the price on Drake May here, even unstacked.
Yep, me too. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Let's do that.
We will go with our guy, Drake May. Yeah, I don't have a ton of Drake May either, so but I see how we can make this one work and do some things later.
Yeah, he's got some outs. Most of his all his receivers are still on the board. It's his running backs that are taken.
Right. Yeah. So I like that pick there. And I see how this build definitely. We got some correlation already with May too, with DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore, going back to him, could be this year's Pickens, so to speak, where a guy who's kind of got in a funk where he was at, and then he gets a new rebirth, right, by switching teams. And then that's just all the life he needed, and he's playing with his best quarterback. He could have a monster here. We could be underselling this guy as far as what he might do with a Josh Allen, right?
I like that take, man. I think when I had you on, it was the day of the Jalen Waddle trade, and it seems like everyone's in that context of what you just said. Who's this year's George Pickens? The trade guys moving teams that fucking crush. ADP is treating it like Waddle, but I think it's much more reasonable that, like you were saying, assume it's DJ Moore. I'd rather have the Bills offense than the Broncos offense. All due respect to Sean Payton, excellent offense, but they spread it around a lot more. than what Allen has shown. Like the first year with Diggs was elite. Like Diggs was a top 3 wide receiver that first year with Allen. So he's a true number 1. They spent a 2nd round pick on him. Essentially, they got the 5th in return or whatever, but they're paying a big contract, so that's why. He doesn't feel like he's getting enough respect. Where like once he got to the 5th, it was like okay, he'll settle here. He could go in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think post draft contest, I think he's one of the risers. I think he has to be. Once you start hearing some more talk, right, of how they're working together, you know how people get excited when they start seeing stuff, right? They start seeing Josh Allen throwing to him and he's looking kind of in good shape. People start to get the more of the hype when they see something, right? Right now it's just a sentence. DJ Moore traded to Buffalo, but until you start really seeing stuff, that hype just doesn't really register yet. And I think he's a guy who could definitely rise up to mid 4th easily, early late 3rd to mid 4th type of range.
I have a lot of DJ Moore, and most of it is when he was like pick 90.
Oh man, you're sitting good, those exposures.
Really excited about that.
Okay, let's look at the board here. We're about to come up.
If we get the fall on quarterback to continue here, like unless these next 2 teams snipe us both on quarterback, then like I'm pretty excited with the options.
It's possible. It's possible.
We might get Dart at the very least, but the Trevor Lawrence Brian Thomas stack is staring us in the face.
And we got to get ahead of Green Bean because he doesn't have a quarterback. So let's go ahead and take.
And he has Parker. He has Parker.
Okay, we'll give him Trevor, right? We want Dart.
Dart I think has higher upside. So the stack is there, but if you want Dart, let's go Dart. I feel higher on Dart personally.
Yeah, let's go Dart. I'll give him Trevor. He can have Trevor.
Yeah,
and then, we'll go Dart.
Let's look at running back and let's look at the rest of the positions because we'll be back on the clock in just a sec.
Okay.
Goes Wandale. I like Jadarian Price.
Oh yeah, you're preaching to the choir, my man. I got a million shares.
Yeah, well, maybe I might. As of today, I might rank Dobbins over Price, but we have Bijan and ETN. I don't want to hit the floor play with Dobbins.
Right,
the true home run.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It fits this build a little better. It gives it it makes it even scarier, right? If you get to the playoffs and you got Jadarian Price who's lighting it up all of a sudden, you're a little bit more scarier than a solid J.K. Dobbins, right? Because we don't need solid once we got Bijan and Travis Etienne. We looking for the home run dude now who can get us to the top 0.5%. Right? Yeah. So I like that pick. Yeah, I like to combine that one.
And Green Bean, we're just returning the favor. We got a nice gift at the 102. We're returning the favor.
Yeah, we gave you Lawrence because we could have taken Lawrence to pair with BTJ, but it's all good. I like that. You can't be too cutthroat in this game, right? Because and plus it's you're splitting hairs on who really is better at a Dart or Lawrence. So with either one, you might as well let the guy who's got his build go and let him get the get the guy he could stack with. Because I'm fine going Dart naked, but you know who I like later, though, right?
I do know.
we don't want to say, but I know
exactly. I had a feeling it was like, you know what? I'm not going to push back on Dart because I know exactly what direction he wants to go in.
Right. You know who I want.
But what's tight end looking like? Because Kraft just went 108. Holy
what?
Shit.
Kraft went this late? Oh man.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
We passed on him. We passed on him for Jadarian Price.
I know, but we wanted that upside back. But
that's where I think you didn't show me all of the positions. I think that's why.
Yeah, but I'm okay. We're okay. Right. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about it.
But that's an insane price of Kraft. That's a league winning value on Kraft there.
Be careful what you ask for sometimes.
You don't trust him? I mean, if he's healthy,
I'm just saying. I think we're gonna be fine because it's more like the build, right?
Yeah,
our build will be fine. Let's see what we got. Wow, we would have gotten shook too, right? With our New Orleans, we would have got it. Okay, I like Golden. I like Downs.
I prefer Golden at receiver, but I kind of want to take Shuck a little bit.
Third quarterback? Nah, that's too much. That'll be too much value. I think we gotta go under these guys.
That's fine.
Yeah, too much capital. I think we got 2 stud quarterbacks.
we got some good guys. There is some injury risk though that makes
and
me.
Here, I'm gonna have to overrule you on this one. I'm pulling my dude up.
This high?
Yep.
Show me running back. Okay, just show me running back.
He won't get back to us. All these running backs are all the same. Yeah, all these. I'm not. We got 3 running backs. Yeah, he ain't getting back to us.
That's fine. That's fine.
I know how these things go.
That's fine. We're
right at his
bookend, so
we're like right at his ADP, and he's already kind of rising. Yeah, he won't get back to us.
Well, his ADP is like 142. Like it's
and that's the pick we're at
in the next round. Yeah.
So he wouldn't get back to us. We're at 143.
I would normally push it, but I trust you. I trust you.
Yeah, I think once we pass on Kraft, we got to get the build right now. So likely fits this build. He's we can skinny stack, Dart, because we don't even have anything from Drake May, but we can get that late though with some of his flyer back.
There's a sliver of hope that we actually got a Drake May Brian Thomas stack. That's actually on the table. Like that's one reason why I didn't feel compelled to pound the table for Lawrence, because it was like there's not a guarantee that Brian Thomas is actually a Jaguar.
That's true.
It's not guaranteed.
True. That is true. So you heard something about potential suitors?
I mean, I know the Chargers liked him when he was coming into the draft. I think if it happened, I'd be so happy. I would love to buy a Brian Thomas Chargers jersey. Like this is just my own. Oh, okay, gotta lean into the bias, but like this is what I think they really need to do to make a Super Bowl push. Like if they can get rid of Quentin Johnston for Brian Thomas and give him the picks necessary.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say, what does that deal look like? You got to give up some extra stuff too, right?
Huge. Quentin Johnston is second for Brian Thomas. Does that get it done? Do you think?
Nah.
Quentin Johnston's a second and a fifth.
I'm just gonna make you overpay because if the Chargers really want Brian Thomas and you're dangling Quentin Johnson, to me, you really want this dude. So you're gonna have to give me.
Okay, how about
capital?
QJ and one first. QJ and one first.
Yeah, that'll probably get it done.
If that's fully necessary, if that's how night one of the NFL draft ends, I'm gonna be so happy. They need interior offensive line, so not expecting it to happen, but that's interesting. The Patriots definitely
coming up here. We're coming up here on the pick here. We got a 2-3-5-1.
Chris Rodriguez. Yeah.
All right.
Chris Rodriguez.
Yep. What's your take on I know he's injured, but do you think Charbonnet is going to contribute at some point this year?
If he does, it's when all the money's made. So I do want to take him a little bit, but it's so risky in general. I want to be in a different position where I don't have to take him.
Yeah.
What does tight end look like?
We can get our guy up if you want.
A great fall on Sadiq, though. I think the fall on Sadiq is worth it, man.
Sadiq? Okay.
16 pick.
I do like a guy like Sadiq, like late in the season. This team is primed to blow up late in the season with the kind of explosive dudes that we got who might need a little seasoning. The Goldens, the Prices, the Sadiqs. If they need a little seasoning by week 11, 12, all of a sudden they start coming on because we got enough studs to carry us to that point.
I was compelled to take Kelsey because, like, in a way, we kind of just ended up taking Sadiq in the round that he normally goes, and then likely in the round that he normally goes in a way.
Flip-flop line,
yeah. Right. But Kelsey's a name that can also go in the 110s, and it's justified. Like we had good tight end options there at for the price.
Yep, yeah. I knew he would. I knew there would be dudes, but I had to get Likely, man. I'm taking Likely over all those dudes. Every time. I don't even mess with those other dudes. Ferguson, all those dudes. I'm taking Likely. I think Likely's gonna break out. He's my breakout tight end.
Well, it's hard to fully gauge what's going to happen in that Giants offense from like a target standpoint, because Wandale leaving opens up so much, but then Neighbors was also hurt. That's going to gobble most. Like Neighbors, if he plays all 17 games, is probably getting 200 targets. Like at least,
but you know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are pretty much the clear number 2 target on their team, right? I mean, there's the hierarchy of certain some of the guys at the top, but for a guy to be already the number 2, and I don't think they can bring in anybody that changes this equation, you know, unless they bring in like Diggs, maybe he becomes like a 2A, 2B. But right now, and they say they have a big role for Likely. He's the number 2 dude in the pecking order in the passing game. And so I think this guy, they really just emerged this year. I think they was kind of underutilizing him, in fact, in Baltimore over these past couple of years.
Well, I'll tell you this, Young Moolah. Last year, my number 1 tight end investment was Isaiah Likely and George Kittle, and I doubled down after he like hurt his foot, and because I was like so wrong about it, I think I'm probably a little still a little bitter, but you have such conviction with it, and like I'm finally remembering, like I felt this way last year. I was like I was pulling up Likely like crazy last year, and I guess I'm kind of getting in my own way of like he got hurt, so you know I lost money on it, and I think that's what I think I need to be more in your camp. In all honesty, after doing it with Jackson Dart and like just committing that like he is really that effing, when he crushes, he can give you 14 points a game. He's like an insanely talented athlete.
Are we coming up on the clock here? Let's see. We got a 2-4-5-2. We're not hurting at quarterback. Let's see what running back and receiver looks like.
I think Kayshon Boutte is a very good click for our team.
Yeah. Deep threat, can have a couple spike weeks. You want to do it?
I also like Emmett Johnson. I think he can make it back though.
Yeah, let's go with this guy. All right, we got Boutte. Little correlation there. And did our tight end make it?
Is Hunter Henry available? I don't think he is. No, he's not. He's off the board.
Yeah. We're not hurting a tight end. We can get a guy, you know, a little later.
Yeah.
With some dudes.
How do you like James Conner? For me, it's either James Conner or
I'm not averse to it because, you know, he's one of those guys.
I think I would like to go James Conner at running back.
What about Tank Dell?
For this team, I prefer the running back slide in price.
All right, I'm about to overrule you on this one. Oh, I went the wrong way. I was going to take Tank.
You already had it in your favor.
I know, and then I switched it up for some reason. Because I thought I put Tank Dell in second in my mind, but it's all right either way. I think with this running back room, I don't know if we need Conner. You know?
Well, my argument for it is we got a good discount, 9 picks, where he's already kind of falling quite a bit, and he's going to be still involved and mainly on the goal line. But are they going to be in good position that often? That's arguable. But if we don't get a name I'm comfortable with the rest of the way, I think we can actually stop here. If we chose,
because we got 2 horses, man. We got 2 dudes at the top, and then we got the upside dude. And these dudes are pretty safe. They're gonna have roles, and they can get the goal lines. I think we're comfortable with 5, man. I want to hammer these other positions.
Yeah, if there's a nice price on a 6 that we really like, then maybe, just maybe. But I think we can stop with that 5 if we have to.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's clear. Let me catch up with the chat. I see some guys checking in. It says Blunt Rap is the man. Their guy R.
What's up, right tie?
Yep. Steve O knows best. Yeah, our guy Right Tie. And then we got Who-Hames in the house. What's up, fam? How you doing, bro?
What's up, Who-Hames?
Yeah, thanks for checking in. Go ahead and smash that like. We'd really appreciate it. And also follow our guy Nice and Blunt and go ahead and give him a subscription as well. I got all his information. Is the link to his YouTube page in the description.
Appreciate you.
This is our first ever guest here at GAB Sports, and we will definitely have more. You know, there's lots of people I'm definitely going to reach out to. Our guy Who Hames is the guy I first appeared with, and I definitely want to do some collabs with him coming up.
Oh yeah,
but I think I might be done, man. At the end of either this week or next week. It won't definitely go past next week, but maybe the end of this week I might be done, man. Once I get to about 75 drafts, I'm done.
I got you.
I'm just going to do half, you know. Half.
Yeah, I respect it. I'm only doing 100, and it helps that the live streams are part of it. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry about getting a 150 at all. Hell no.
Okay, we're up next.
We are, and it looks like Tank Dell is circling back.
What? Hey,
Yeah,
man, we gotta get Tank Dell, man. I wanted him, so yeah, I didn't think you had any chance to come back. He's like 15 picks past MVP.
Here's the thing: your intuition was correct to put Connor above him because Tank Dell
because Connor wouldn't have fell. Right.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Hey, man, sometimes when you make a mistake, it just works out, right?
it was a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
Okay.
But
so who we like here coming up? Want to look at the
I really like Christian Kirk. We took him in the last one.
Okay. I think I don't mind Christian Kirk. Yeah, we get some more depth at the receiver spot.
And he was also a player that wasn't 100% drafted in the first half of this contest. Like there's actually that's one advantage you might have if you're in a playoff round against a bunch of teams that were drafted in February. You know, they're not going to have Christian Kirk at the rate that would be today. So I like those types of names, this unique players to the field.
Here's the question, the $1 million question. Do we risk it, biscuit, with just two quarterbacks? Because the quarterback pickings are slim pickings right now. And I think we can just go with another 2 quarterback build here.
I think we can, but I think in round 20, if there's one name that is on there, I will argue for him. Okay. But I think
that's fair. Because I do want to get at least another tight end, right? We got to get another tight end on this build.
Yeah, for sure. I could honestly think that 2 quarterbacks and 4 tight ends on this team could work. Right. Just likely has such high spike potential, but then there are a few games where sometimes he does disappear.
Yeah,
and then we don't know, not a guarantee at all.
Right. Until we don't know what's going to happen his landing spot. So we can fortify it with some guys who have
that's also not necessary. I think we could stop with our 8 receivers if we really want to. Having Christian Kirk there feels awesome. But
yeah, it's the 8th guy. Definitely, I like that because I like this receiver room. I mean, these are guys with a lot of explosiveness attached to good offenses, good quarterbacks. All that. They check all the boxes. They got explosiveness. They're on good offenses with good coordinators with good quarterbacks. I love building teams like that. Even if the names everybody doesn't love, it's like, hey, but he's on a good ass offense, so you can't underestimate that fact right there.
Yeah.
You know. They're going to have plenty of scoring opportunities, right? People can have whatever opinion they want of Brian Thomas. They're going to be in the red zone quite a bit, and he's a big guy. Maybe he gets 11, 12 touchdowns. We don't know, right?
He's capable. So is DJ Moore. So is JMO. So is Pickett. Like, our top 4 are really strong.
Yeah, when you're moving up and down the field as an offense on a regular basis, hey, man, the potential for guys to just spike is just so high, and I love builds like this.
For sure. The bankability of those play callers with Dallas's bad defense, Detroit's high scoring offense, the Bills #1 in the league, and then the Liam Cohen system. I want a piece of it. I don't want to ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, about to come up again. Let's see what the board is even looking like. Okay. Been a run on receivers pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So we can look at we need a tight end, right?
We do, but if after this there's one running back,
Green Bean has 3 tight ends. He's less likely to take one. So would you want to look at running back?
Running back, I'm pretty sure he's still there. Yeah, Jordan James here, man.
You've been on the Jordan James kick for a while, huh? Is this a guy you've just been really hammering lately, or are you trying to catch
now,
up or something?
I was hammering Brian Robinson and Jordan James pretty much. I was like, I want the Niners back up because like a big reason to fade CMC is that injury risk. Like, you know,
he's coming off a load of touches last year, and he wore down at the end of the year. Didn't he get hurt? Actually,
well, it's been 2 straight years where he's getting a shit ton of volume, and he's missed 15 games before. You know, like it's just like how many times have we seen this, and we're going to bet against it? So that injury concern, you gotta. It's like my Tank Bigsby share. I gotta look in the other direction. I like Terrence Ferguson a lot here. Love it.
Okay, all right, I agree. Ferg, because I want a piece of that Rams offense too. This guy's probably not going to get a million targets, but shit, he might score 7-8 touchdowns for all we know. This is a big red zone guy too, and so he can raise that floor of our tight end room there. You know, as far as getting into the red zone, if you get 10, 11 points sometimes in a week out of the tight end spot, you're okay, right?
Well, he's great for best ball because it's going to be in redraft. It's going to be so frustrating to know when to start Ferguson, but he can score from 40 yards out. He is that go route deep shot version of tight end that they have. So round 2 right there. But it's a good offense. I want to trust Stafford, and you know, Adams getting older, Puka a little bit of a nutcase. Maybe they spotlight their round 2 pick. You know, it's not a bad way to go. And I think the Tyler Higbee overreaction is pretty wild to me. Like people are really worried about the target. Like really Parkinson in round 20 after he scored 8 touchdowns. That I'll take both of them, but like it feels a little overboard.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of the variance to go his way. And then Ferguson missed a few games too where these guys capitalized on that. And, you know, if he's healthy all year, Ferguson is clearly the most talented guy.
I think so. He's a dog.
Yep. So it's coming down to quarterback or tight end, right, for us? Because we're pretty set at the other 2 positions. We don't need to add no running back or receiver. So, yeah, quarterback or tight end.
The only quarterback that draws my interest is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the only one.
What's the angle there? What's the angle there?
Cut by Atlanta, and he's in the same situation as Kyler Murray. He can sign for league minimum if he wants to, which is very appealing to any team that will be looking for someone. Right now, the Steelers don't have a quarterback. I don't think Ty Simpson is the answer. I don't think Will Howard is the answer. If Rodgers does retire, it's Kirk Cousins. And then you look at the Colts, who have Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson and nobody else. The Colts are also a phenomenal spot. So Cousins, I believe, will play. And even if he is like Brock Purdy's handcuff, it's still Mac Jones. Even if he is, you know, it's just somebody's handcuff. Maybe he goes to the Vikings and competes with Kyler. Like, you know what I mean? Like
maybe he goes to Cleveland. Maybe they're like, hey, man, we don't like neither one of these guys. Let's pick up Kirk Cousins or something.
Yeah, that's also possible. Maybe he even goes to the Chiefs and competes with Justin Fields. You know what I mean? Like, it would suck if he's not a Colt or a Steeler, but he's the only one I can see a path where he's in my lineup offering me like 25, 30 points randomly.
I think we got a free pick here, so I'm okay with that. I think it's okay.
I would also be very interested in a 4th tight end like
Dulcich. I like Dulcich here.
You like Dulcich? I like Claire. We almost took Claire last time. We didn't.
That gives us 2 rookies, so I don't know if
that's fair. Never mind.
2 rookie tight ends.
Never mind.
Is Cousins even available?
Yeah,
he's available.
Whoever you want, I genuinely don't mind either. But Cousins,
I think we go Dulcich. Let's risk it with the 2 quarterbacks.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right. There we go. We got it. Yeah. We just got to bank that we're right. These guys stay healthy. You know, miss a game or 2 at most, and then you know, they're healthy down the stretch. Both Dart and Drake May. I think Drake May is a pretty strong guy, or he looks like a guy who won't sit out too many games throughout his career, right?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's and I think he's going to be hungry after the bad Super Bowl. I think he will bounce back in an interesting way, and like he's still really young. He also runs the ball, very underrated runner. And then he also throws like an immaculate deep ball. Like he will hit for 350 and 4 touchdowns on occasion. He's great. So
Well, let's go ahead and review these teams and get you up out of here. So let's do a quick review of our team first, and then we'll get our guy Green Bean.
Sounds good.
All right. So who do we got here? We got a 2-6-8-4. Let's see how you like this team.
We got Drake May and Jackson Dart. Bijan at the 2 spot with Travis Achan, Jadarian Price, Chris Rodriguez, James Conner, and Jordan James. I love our running back room, man. I think we're really loaded up top, and like all of the depth feels, if they do hit, it's like contributing with touchdowns.
Right.
And that's what you want in half PPR. So love that. Wide receiver, George Pickens, J-Mo, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas. We got supreme spike week potential with the top 4. And then Golden carries a lot of risk, but he's a round 1 draft pick by the Packers. Like historically, they never draft bad receivers, and Adams sucked his rookie year. If Golden is the next Adams, then he could be the best pick on the board. I think Watson's risky with his injury concern, so to get the cheapest option is worth it. As our 5th, I like it a lot. We got Booty for the stack. I'm glad Tank Dell fell back to us, because at 191, I am all in at that price. High spike week potential if he does hit. Risky for sure, but the chemistry with Stroud is undeniable. So I'm hopeful. And then we got Christian Kirk. I think one of the best clicks on the board at the moment, past ADP too, like at 194. Hell yeah. And then you talked me into why I'm too low on Likely. I got to get back in. I got to get more, because honestly, I love this. Isaiah Likely with the Jackson Dart combo. Kenyon Sadiq at a nice fall. So technically, they kind of cancel each other out, but we wouldn't get to reach on one. So love that. Terrence Ferguson, also high spike week guy, but low risk. Low floor. And so to get the 4th, I think makes a ton of sense with a lot of uncertainty with this room. And Greg Dulcich does fit the billing as just a starter. Going to get opportunities.
Right. And they can be trailing a lot and having a lot of garbage production, right? Which counts in fantasy.
Yeah. I love the team. I think we hit it out of the park with both, in all honesty.
I think I like this one slightly better, but I think both of them have a great shot in the room.
Well, from a personal take of, maybe I don't want the Broncos to succeed. I would agree. Maybe I like this team a little more just because we're so committed to the Bo Nix passing over there. But I like both of them a lot.
Yeah, I like the angle of the Broncos. Like you say, we're both fans of the team in their division. So, but you can't be, so biased to ignore that. Hey, they got some arsenal over there in Denver, right? Yeah. I mean, you got to admit it. And so they could explode, and you just hope it's not against your Chargers or against my Raiders, right? Explode against everybody else.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: we both took our first share of Cortland Sutton, and now we don't have to do it again. We ripped the Band-Aid, and it's over with. Right.
Let's get to our guy Green Bean out of the one hole. Let's see what you think about his team.
We gave him a little good karma after he let us have Bijan at the 102. He takes Trevor Lawrence stacked up with Parker at a really nice value, 96 overall. He also has Tyler Shuck stacked up and takes a gamble with Ty Simpson. We almost did that with Kirk Cousins, but that late could be a 0, could help you. Worth a swing, worth a flyer. But
I think I would have just stopped with these two. I mean, because I'm super high on Shuck. So to me, getting a guy like Lawrence at such a late spot, and then you back him up with Shuck, I would have been fine to stop with 2. But Simpson looks like a 0 to me. But it may work out. Who knows?
If we're wrong, then Simpson is an excellent click.
Yeah.
Gibbs and Travion feels like a really good 1-2 combo. Like you could get 70 points from running back 1 week with those two combined. Like 40 from Gibbs and Henderson the same week would win you Best Ball Mania potentially. Chuba Hubbard. Sometimes I like taking Chuba because at the moment there's like no competition behind him unless you really believe in Brooks, which there's a lot of reasons not to. But then I still also feel like I'd rather have more Brooks than Chuba. But I have been taking both. I think
what he did here, though, right? You do see what he did.
He got Mike Washington and Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, he just locked it up.
Yeah, right.
I like that strategy. I really do. I think there's holes in both, but to just guarantee you get their RB1, it's like Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard last year. You were getting good prediction every week, even though it flip-flops. So like that with the Mike Washington swing. That feels pretty solid. And Pacheco to pair with Gibbs. So, yeah, he's just locking up the Lions and Panthers backfield with Travion and Mike Washington mixing in.
I like that backfield. Yeah, I like that backfield. I might have to get one of these. I don't mind stealing from other guys. Hey, man, you did something good here, Green Bay. I might go ahead and copy you, man.
I believe I have at least 3 teams with both Chuba and Jonathan Brooks myself. So
I got several of those, but I like the fact that he did the double cuff thing, kind of like, right?
Pro handcuff. I believe in the strategy as a viable one. It's not bad. It just needs to be the right team, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's got to be the right team because you're going to get tremendous production out of Pacheco if Gibbs happens to go down for a game or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever long, right? So I do like that because it's one of those things where if you didn't do that and Gibbs, say, misses 4 weeks or something, your team could fall out of contention, but now you got a guy, Pacheco, could still give you some strong games during that time he's out, right? So I like the thinking there. And, I'm going to copy this, man.
Pretty solid. And then wide receiver, we know he started off pretty strong with Nico, Olave, Waddle, Parker Washington, stacked up with Lawrence. Wandale as the 5th. That feels really solid, really good. We took Dart instead. So that's who I would have wanted in the next round, but we took Price instead. Brazil, Antonio Williams, and Andre Yoshevich. With the top 5 being so strong, I love the swings with those guys late. Like, give me the rookies that can pop.
Because he's got a solid 5 right here, right? And then so then after that, just give me some dudes who can spike later.
And then Yoshevich, I took him yesterday with off the Schneid. He's worth clicking. He's not super rostered in the tournament, so the last pick of the draft makes sense. A good offense.
And he's got some contingency value in case one of those top 2 guys go down and for any length of time, right? So
he did punt tight end, and I remember he passed on Sadiq and Kelsey to take Juwan Johnson for the stack. I don't remember who else he took with Juwan, but given he got Mason Taylor and Kate Otten, I don't like Mason Taylor at all, but Otten is a good floor play. I don't think he has that upside at tight end that would make me really excited. Like if he had Juwan Johnson, Kelsey, and Otten, I would like it a lot more, but I don't remember what he passed on to do that.
Yeah, or maybe found a way to get the guy in Washington, Okonkwo or something. Somebody just with a little more boom potential.
Potentially, I'm just not pro Mason Taylor. Can I see the board? What he did in that turn?
Oh, okay. Let's see.
It was where we took Sadiq. He took Pacheco instead of.
No, it was the next.
No, he took. Okay, never mind. Yeah. No,
he took Brooks and Johnson.
I think he made the right call, and then he just didn't get a great price in the next round. I just
don't went ahead of him here.
I just don't like Mason Taylor. That's my take. I don't like Mason
Taylor. So the guys he had as an option over Taylor looks like he could have taken
Varner and Njoku.
They were already gone. Yeah, they were.
I like all those. Varner,
they weren't gone.
I like over Taylor.
Yeah, he could have taken those guys. Yeah, not a big Varner guy. I think Taylor could have at least the room to himself at this point, right? Whereas Varner might be sharing with Royal though.
But it's the Jets, man. It's the wrong room.
That's your big problem. It's
the wrong room. I took Mason Taylor a decent amount last year, and I was wrong. I was wrong. So I'm out.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I'm wrong this time.
All right. So we want to go ahead and thank our guy, Nice and Blunt, for joining us here.
Thank you. Thank you.
First guest appearance here on Guidelines to Achieve and Build GAB Sports with your boy Young Moolah. It's your boy Adam from Nice and Blunt. Go ahead and check out the links in the description for his channel, as well as go ahead and like and subscribe our channel here. Like the video, subscribe to our channel. And our guy Who Hames came through. Go ahead and subscribe to this fine gentleman's channel. Absolutely. As well. He's out here grinding and spotlighting a lot of people. I love the fact that Who Hames brings on a lot of people, right? Just people you just don't even know about, but they're vital parts of the community that these guys showcase. People who are winning money, people who are out there grinding, people who are coming up with tools, and that keeps things growing, man. And I want to give a shout out to this guy as being one of those key guys as part of a community. There's always guys that people gravitate to, and you can just say, man, this guy's a central figure here in the growth of this game. And I'm gonna give this guy his props, man, right away, man, and just say thank you, brother, and keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, so give this guy a like as well. Our guy.
In complete honesty, Young Moolah, this season, my like approach to best ball, because I haven't been committed to this type of underdog best ball this time of year in the past. I look to Huhames as a huge role model. No lie. I genuinely like have so much respect for Huhames and his approach of like just constantly growing the amount of information that he provides. I genuinely really look up to Huhames in terms of inspiration. He's a big inspiration. I got a lot of respect for Huhames.
I'm following you on that. Yeah, I appreciate guys like this, and I respect everybody. Even if we ain't gonna see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, it's all love, man. It's all love. I don't take nothing personal. And it's just more of a we gonna just grow together, right? And we're gonna just bounce ideas off each other. We're gonna learn from each other. And yeah, guys like that are just vital. I just wanted to go ahead and say that, and I'm glad you backed that too. And just appreciate you coming on, man, and giving me a little boost here. And I appreciate you as well. You're one of those dudes who I'm looking up to. You've been in this, this content creation business longer than me. And I give dudes their flowers, man. I want to see everybody win. And it's all about growing and learning from each other, and we're gonna help each other out in plenty of ways. We're gonna do a lot more collabs and things like that. And I think it's one of these things where guys are being too kind of like hoarding information for too long, right? I mean, I'm not gonna call any people out or anything like that, but it's a point where now you can't hold the floodgates are open now. Everybody's trying to come into this space, and that's why I was saying now how the streets are a lot tougher this year, right? People might have had those edges, beat best ball 1, 2, 3. The edges now are so slim that it's just so many people out here who know what they're doing and are sharing information that there's a whole growth of people all over that are just strong drafters, man. These rooms are strong, man. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get to the finals and get to the playoffs this year. Watch, it's not gonna be easy.
If you win big money, that is a big accomplishment. I think, especially in like the big board, which is not know what the schedule's like, and still have so many different variables. If you hit in the big board, you know your shit. You also probably got lucky on a few of those picks, but you also very much know your shit.
Yeah, the luck is always going to be involved, but I think we're going to hit.
Undeniable.
I think we're in this circle where somebody's going to hit. It's going to hit this circle, right? And I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the vibes. And when I say hit, you don't have to win first. Maybe you come in fourth. You're just going to. That's a smash hit too, right? But
there's a lot of money up for grabs.
Right. So I just want to say I appreciate you, my brother, and so thanks for coming on, and we're going to link up again soon. Absolutely. I'm sure. And so I want to go ahead and say good night, and thank everybody for coming in. Smash that like on your way out as we go ahead and sign off right here. All right,
everyone. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. This time, so we go, victory on our mind. God work, push, go, God work, push, go. Let's see how I start this shift. We in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, we work for this. New breed, superhero, a hybrid dragon, plus Michael Jordan breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role. Since my birth years, golden best ballin' for life. It's moolah on a mission, Tommy hot takes analysis. On point delivered with precision, setting moves to this game, invoking martial law. Going all out, we won't stop. Win, lose, or draw. Oh, we rise, we rise, we rise. Oh, we climb, we climb, we climb. This time, Zion, we go, Victory on our mind. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Joe slow harmony chant. Victory on our mind. Try some low harmony chant. Work, push, go. Giant work, push, go. Let's see how I start this. What we re in this game, serving a strategic purpose. Went from underground, now I've reached the surface. When we claim the chip, it ain't a fluke, you know we work for this. New breed superhero, a hybrid dragon plus Michael Jordan, breathing fire into this game. In the air, I'm steady floating, destined for this role since my birth year is golden.